Hello and welcome to another Inside the Lab Saturday stream. We here. I see we got a couple peeps in the chat. What's happening, y'all? We made it. We made it. We made it. Shout out to everybody in the chat for waiting through that delay. Was having some weird audio issues with, got on the background, but it doesn't matter. I figured it out. Emmy right here. Shout out to Tricion again on the beat. Tricion laced the music for us for this holiday special live stream. I also see Cliff is also in the house. Shout out to WNCD Moves, a fellow channel member. We got channel members in the house, y'all. Channel members get the horn. Shout out to y'all. Round of applause to our channel members. Y'all are what makes the mission here possible with your ongoing subscription, of course. Let's see if we get a master to join us, but we don't have any masters, here on the show, at least if they're lurking, and I don't know. But we're here, and well, speaking of, I see we got Sparta Rules in the house. Shout out to Sparta Rules. Sparta Rules is happening, brothers. Good to see you. Sparta Rules gets a round of applause because Sparta Rules is a master builder. Sparta Rules is a master builder over there in the channel membership forum. So shout out to Sparta Rules 1993. Thank you for being a member here at Inside the Lab and a member here on YouTube. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. So trying some different things. So if there's any hiccups along the way, let me know. And then, of course, roast me in the chat and help me, figure it all out. But in this stream, as we have more friends and fam, trickle right on in, this stream is going to be a little different. We're going to do things a little bit differently here as we highlight 12 gifts, 12 gifts that are doable for most gamers, or not just PC gamers, but gamers in general, whether that be console or over on the PC. Y'all know how it is. We don't like to exclude our console friends and fam over there. We got to include them into the mix. But these gifts ideas are all under 100 USD. We are working with United US currency here, but all of these gifts are about under $100. And I just want to add this little tidbit right now that while I do have a few product recommendations, which if you're on the replay or you're with us right now, they will be in the pinned chat. So if you're interested in any of these products that'll be mentioned throughout the duration of today's show or episode, you will be able to find them down in the description box below, or most likely in the pinned comment. They are affiliate links, so I do earn a small commission or pushback when you make qualifying purchases. They do support the channel in a small, insignificant way. But should you want to maybe pick up one of these gifts for a friend or fam, or a loved one, or you might have a child like myself. My kids all play on the PC. So some of these gifts, when I was doing the research for today's show, I was like, you know what? Some of these I could probably, one of my kids are going to want to have. So not only this list isn't just serviceable for those of you who are here with us right now, but also, for myself as an enthusiast, and even maybe yourself as an enthusiast. So you will be able to find those links again in the pinned comment or in the description box below. But in today's episode, we are highlighting again 12 a dozen gift ideas for PC gamers or gamers in general that all fall under 100 USD. Essentially calling this episode a holiday special, because we really haven't done an episode so geared around just the holiday season here over wherever you are across the globe, however you celebrate. But however you celebrate, whatever your gift exchange concept or formula is, if you know a friend or fam who plays games on the PC, you're definitely going to want to stick around for this list, because I've dug up a really few good gift ideas that again all fall under 100 USD. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I thought I'd be able to talk, but that all fall under 100 USD. Yikes. Tricion says, bet. Yeah, absolutely. Just getting caught up here in the chat really fast. See who else trickled on here as we have a few more friends and fam bounce on into the chat. We're going to or not into the chat, here into the show. But again, that is what we're discussing here on this live stream, while of course answering any and all of your questions along the way. If you're a first time viewer here on the replay or here with us right now, I'm Terrence. If we haven't met yet, I'm Terrence, your host and conductor and operator of this here ride we call the live experience. And with that out of the way, let's jump right into the meat and bones of the conversation with with some of the first concepts, or if you will, some of the first gift ideas, or let this video serve as, or this live stream. You can either share this live stream with a friend, or, get inspired to want to get some of these gifts for a friend, because rather you may have, right, you yourself likely may have some of these items that we're going to highlight and discuss, but if you already have them, or if you already had the opportunity to use them, then you most importantly understand the significance behind the gift, as we get into the idea or the concept of it's the thought that counts, or it's the thought that matters. And when you're dealing with tech and you want to make the right decision or the right choice, and you're maybe not sure what to get that user or to get that person, let this video serve as a gift guide for you, literally for those who are just without knowledge, who just don't understand how this how this hobby or how this niche operates, and what's not only affordable, but what's also actually functionable, right? The upgrade should not only be an aesthetically pleasing one, but it also should be a functioning upgrade, especially if this is a gift for a personal loved one, or someone who is near and dear and close to you, right? Somebody who is near and dear, close to you. It's like these gift ideas are some that's going to help boost their morale when it comes to their overall setup. So that is what we are going to jump right into. Again, if this is your first time, just remember to hit the like button for me and subscribe. Hopefully this guide, if you're a first time viewer and you say, hey, a friend of mine shared this video with me because I don't know what to maybe get my 16, 17 or, young teenager as a gift. I know they love playing games, but I just don't know what to get. There's no graphics cards anywhere. They already have a PC. So it's like, what kind of gifts could I get them if they already have essentially the things they need? So you're not trying to get them a PC. That's actually going to come up in another companion episode, if you will. Consider this like a holiday series, right? Consider this a holiday series as we work out a few, again, gift ideas or gifts that could serve as, affordable gifts. Where the focus here is picking out gifts that are under $100, because it's a rounded number, right? Like 100. And a lot of these, that's not the ceiling. Some of them fall well under $100, to the point where you can maybe even squeeze in more than one of these particular gifts, should you really want to go all in for that special loved one or for a young child. As like Cliff pointed out, great gifts for kiddos. Some of these are going to be like, if you have even most kids game at a relatively young age these days, while the PC as a platform is a little bit extensive and requires a bit more knowledge compared to like gaming on a console. These gifts still suit both classes of gamers, both a console gamer and a PC gamer, regardless of their maturity level or where they're at in life, right? As a gamer, a lot of these gifts can help, again, enhance their setup, enhance their experience. And again, they all fall well under 100 USD. Most of our viewers here in the States, or most of us here in the States, and maybe part of my ignorance, but maybe other parts of the globe or the world, most of us here are gearing up for the holiday season, right? We're getting up to celebrate the holidays that are, well, we just passed Thanksgiving, and now we have another one coming up here in the States. But we're coming up on that season to where we're getting ready to shop, and we're looking for gifts, and everything is really online these days. And that's another beauty to this list, y'all. If you are watching, just know this list, everything on here can be found on, you guessed it, the world's largest warehouse, that is Amazon. All of these gifts are available today. Of course, you can't buy a graphics card under 100 USD unless you strike gold right now on the US market. So again, we're shifting away from, say, like internal upgrades necessarily, and kind of focusing on items that could supplement those lack of available resources in terms of like video cards and other, high targeted and high value components. So again, we're sticking to this idea of gifts that are all under 100 USD, and we're going to play a little bit on the 12 days of the holiday. That's what we're going to do, and we're going to jump right into it. Again, if this is your first time, hit the like button for me on your way in, on your way out. If you're unable to stay for the full duration, since we didn't get the R&B song last episode, if we get to I don't know, we'll say 15 likes, because I can't sing for crap, and I'm putting myself out there when I sang these songs I wrote, because of course I was going to rely on music magic to help enhance my voice. But Yeah, if y'all want to hear, you want to hear how horrible my singing is, I'll sing a song I wrote because we didn't hit the target last episode. I did rap though, I did rap, but I didn't bust out and sing. So we're gonna jump right into it. But hit the like button for me if you are ready to rock and roll, and start with the first gift, or if you will, on the first day of the holiday season, you can get for a friend or a fam a stylized gaming headset, right? With a microphone. With a microphone. Now, this is a huge upgrade because depending on what type of games you play or how you want to play them, could really make this a memorable gift, because either this person maybe say, well, I didn't think about this at all, or I didn't think you could find decent headset for either a PC or, say any console, PC or a console, and one that could fall under 100 USD. So not only can you, again, for under 100 USD, pick up, or the first day of the holiday season, you could pick up some RGB headphones, and again, falls under 100 USD. $73 for the SteelSeries Arctic 5. These are good quality headphones. I actually myself targeted the Arctic 9s. It's a slightly higher end. I believe they go over like $149, simply because I like the fact that you can retract the mouse. So, or not the mouse, I'm sorry, the microphone. So this is a solid gift because it offers flexibility, something that not only PC gamers are well used to from deciding on our components or picking our upgrade path. This is something PC gamers, we're so well attuned to, and that is flexibility, having the ability to change our configuration, change the way we experience our games. In this instance, if you don't necessarily need a mic and you don't want it to get in the way, hello, and you don't want it to get in the way, you can just retract it, and then you just have some wired headsets. Now, it's not wireless, and that's okay, because the idea here is like a starter gift. Do they even need wireless headset or headphones? Is it even worth to pay the extra $30 to $40 for a wireless headset? Possibly not. Possibly not. Let me jump over to chat here. Sparta rules with the thumbs down, says HyperX Cloud 2 are good. Okay, and sure, I'm sure they are, but hear me out, because again, this list is just a guide, if you will, one to just get you in the right direction. Now, just like Sparta Rules pointed out, a product of similar price or value, if you know it's an item in particular that that person is looking for, like if they ask for some headset, if they ask for a gaming headset, still very much do your own research. Maybe some of these features in the headset aren't as important to that person, or you can find a product of similar price or value. That is the key there. These are recommendations based off of a price range, and I guess you could say a classification. So headphones and other peripherals that we're going to walk down the line here, and just other items. But some of these you will find out that, well, there's always and typically an alternative to a product, right? We see it in graphics cards, CPUs. We only have two, really, but cases and power supply units and AIOs and CPU coolers. There's always an alternative that you can compare and contrast to. So in this case, if you were looking for headphones and you said, well, I have a little bit more to attribute to that budget, then you have, again, flexibility. But again, this is just the list, or these gifts are more gift ideas for gamers, or not only just gamers, but for PC gamers as well. But the HyperX Cloud, they're pretty decent headphones, and there's a reason why I don't necessarily cover headphones, because like review them, because there's so many different variables that really comes down to preference. For example, not all users like wireless peripherals. Some find them inferior to, say, wired peripherals. So maybe a wireless headset is totally out of your, out of your target range. So you go for an alternative. Again, that's taking advantage of the flexibility you have when shopping for, for tech. I use that term loosely because this is a specific kind of tech. This is tech for gaming, or you can also use it for media consumption, watching videos, or you'll find that some of these gifts too can also serve for, if you know a friend who wants to be a content creator, has aspirations to be a content creator. Maybe they don't know what they need, or some of the, different gifts that you can provide to them to help them get started. But not only that, if you're not a content creator, these gifts still can enhance your gaming experience. Some gamers like using headphones, and some like more of an open air experience, like with desktop speakers, which we're going to get to that in a second here. And so it comes down to preference, your style, and how you like to consume your media, and how you like to play your games, most importantly. So on the first day of the holiday season, you can pick up a pair of headphones. It could be the HyperX Cloud, like Sparta Rules suggested, or you can read up on some reviews. Say, hey, I know, like, maybe there's a particular color scheme they like. Maybe you heard them mention that they like a particular brand of headset. It really could come down to how well you know the person you're buying the gift for. But one thing's important: if you notice they don't have headphones, or you heard them complain about maybe the headphones that come with their console, or maybe they don't have any headphones at all, and you just want to, again, these are gift ideas, so you want to get them something that can enhance their experience, and it's something that they either thought of, or maybe they didn't. Some of these gift ideas are likely items that most gamers would want to add to their setup. Maybe they can't afford it, or it's the holiday season, so most people here in the States are buying gifts for relatives, friends, and family, and loved ones. And there's just so many different options to choose from when you're trying to buy tech, especially when it's for the younger crowd, the younger generation, and younger gamers. But that's our first gift idea. If we jump back to our image here, and again, this guide serves, or this video or this live stream will serve as a guide for you to decide on a product of similar price or value. That's key. But since we're staying under the $100 range, okay, you can work your way up to either the HyperX. I'm not sure how much it is though. Should check. Be stay under that $100 range, and you could very much find yourself with a decent set of headphones to not only be suited for console gamers, but also PC gamers, and vice versa. It's a flexible gift, and again, it's one that it's one that is meaningful. It's something you want to open up right away. Like if I was young and my parents or a friend of mine got me some gaming headphones, I'm like, oh sweet man, I want to go play some games right now. And on the second day of the holiday season, let's say you bought the headphone stand and you're like, I got a little bit more, or no, I'm sticking under $100. They have headphones. Let's say that friend or fam has headphones, and you're like, well, what can I get them in exchange, or what can I get them instead of headphones? They already have it, and that is a headphone stand. You can get them a headphone stand on the second day of the holiday season. Now, headphone stands, if you have the space, are really neat, especially if you have the space, and especially if they can add extra functionality. For example, like the USB charger, or as you can see, extra power plugs. And then of course you have the RGB, because everybody loves RGB. RGB gets the air horn, but everybody loves RGB, and this can again add or enhance to your setup. And believe it or not, they are relatively inexpensive. And again, this is another gift idea, as we bring it up here in a second. But this is another gift idea that one may not necessarily ask for, and maybe they didn't think that they need. To me, those are the gifts that come out being the best. But maybe it's one that they didn't necessarily ask for, but it's one that they need. Because your headphones, if you've had one, you know how easy they are to break, or maybe you set them to the side, or you rolled over them on your chair, or maybe your elbow broke them. But if your friend or fam has space, then this one, importantly, can also double as just an extended deck, or for extra USB functionality, charge your phone, say have a SD reader, charge your laptop. So it's more than just a headphone stand, and this particular headphone stand falls under $50 USD. So that's why I was saying in some of these gifts ideas, you can float maybe one or two gifts and still fall under that $100 USD. As Tricion says, his monitor stand is his headphone stand, and I try not to do that simply because it blocks my screen to monitor. But I mean, that's not what it's designed for. I like to have something that's specifically designed for that one thing. And I've been through a couple headsets because they've been hung on the chair or they've been hung on the monitor. But again, if you have the space and you're looking for a gift idea for a friend or fam, then consider picking them up a headphone stand. It doesn't have to be this one in particular. There are many different headphone stands to choose from. But again, this is a guide that will offer you a product or one that you can find of similar price and value. So if it's a headphone stand, maybe you know that friend or fam doesn't care about RGB. Maybe they don't care about RGB, or maybe they don't need the extra USB storage. Maybe they only have one cell phone, not a lot of devices, and they really just want something to hang their headphones, hang their headphone stand on. And on the top of that, it actually looks stylish and look slightly appealing, right? So you could pick up this gift for $41.99 and still have about 50-60 USD left over to pick up some of the other gifts that we're going to quickly roll over. But if you have the space, and again, this can also serve for your consoles. Typically, I see headphone stands on console users. Some PC gamers will have headphone stands if they have a dedicated area where they can position it at, or they have the space. More importantly, if they have the space, then that's where I typically see headphone stands used. What if you can't, say, hang it up on your monitor? Maybe like this TV here in this example is mounted, or you want to keep them safe and secure, so you don't want to lay them down, or maybe you have expensive headphones, you want to keep them protected. You have flexibility with your choice, but most importantly, you have affordability because they all fall well under this $100 US price tag that we are floating around. Tracy says, my little brother might like a new pair of headphones. Honestly, he's currently using $5 ones. So that's actually a, let's use Tricion's, excuse me. Let's use Tricion's brother, for example. So Tricion's brother has a pair of headphones. They probably function well enough for Tricion's little bro, right? He can listen to music. He can play his games. Maybe the audio, maybe the quality might not be great. But it works. And sometimes that's just as important to it being, expensive and flashy. Sometimes it's just that you want something that works. But if Tricion said, you know what, I got about $80-$90 I can set aside for a headphone. Maybe I'll buy my bro a headphone. He would appreciate the switch going from, say, a pair of $5 headphones to, say, a higher end set of headphones in the $60 to $80 range, somewhere in between there. And could have even a better mic quality should your little bro want to just, not only, it's just not for content creators. It's also, if you play online games, then you understand the importance of just being able to communicate with your teammates or with your squad mates, with your bros, with your fam. So having a headset with improved audio and an onboard microphone could go a long way in thought. And Tricion, your brother would probably love you for years, man, for days if you did that, if you got him a gift like that. And so it's like, that is where it's at. If we used two examples so far. We've used headphone sets as the first day. Second day is a headphone stand, and the third one, as you see, will bridge the two together. But let's say that person is clumsy and they broke their headphones, and that you have a solution to their problem. You can say, well, I know I can get them a headphone stand. That's right. Lab told me that this is a doable gift. It has extra functionality. They will come to appreciate this gift. And when it's the thought that matters, then it's the thought that counts. And so wanting to make sure that they have the ability to preserve their headphones, especially if they're expensive ones, if they already have a set. The first one was if they don't have headphones. And like we used Tricion's little brother as an example, and Tricion said, well, he's using $5 headphones. So picking up a pair of $72 headphones is a vast improvement from what he's using now, and as a gift would go a really long way. Walt, it's good to see you. Walt's in the house, live streaming tech. It's good to see you, Walt. What's happening, family? It's good to see you. The Dale brothers is in the house. It's good to see you, Walt. Live streaming tech is a fellow creators over there, and really helped me get the live show, just learning about Streamlabs and different things. So shout out to live streaming tech. We are discussing gift ideas or holiday ideas for PC gamers and tech enthusiasts in today's live stream or in today's episode. So good to have you on, Walt. So we said on the first day you could pick up some stylized headphones, right? But RGB. wired, if you will, but with a dedicated mic for around $72.99. Again, the concept or the theme is gifts that all fall under, or all fall under that $100 price range or that $100 price tag. So that's what we're trying to stick. We're sticking right underneath there for flexibility and affordability. So the first gift idea was a set of stylized headphones. Doesn't necessarily have to be the SteelSeries Arctic 5. These are within like the budget range, or not over $100, but not also, you know, with low quality materials. It's still very much a solid pair of headphones. But again, this live stream serves as a guide. But it's okay if you are able to find a product of similar price and similar value. But if, like, let's use Tricion's Bro, for example. If you're using a pair of $5 headphones and you still wanted to save some flexibility, that can possibly be two gifts. That can be $72 headphones or $73 headphones, and maybe a $20, $30 gift for another loved one or another one of these items here on the list. The two gifts that we just started off with, the headphones and the headphone stand, those are actually two companion gifts that go really well. Rather that be the Arctic SteelSeries 5 or another brand of headphones, or rather that be this particular headphone stand in general. If you're really wanting to, like, you know, add a little bit of flair to your gift for your friend or fam or your loved one, then consider both of these products paired together as like a, hey, you know, I don't have headphones, or I'm using $5 headphones, or I'm using $10 headphones, or even $20 headphones. You give them this gift first, and they say a headphone stand. What am I doing with a headphone stand? I don't have any headphones. And then you give them the headphones, and they're like, oh, and then they're blown away, and they put one and one together, and then they find out it equals two. I have two gifts. But nonetheless, I digress. But these two gifts go well together, and it would put you a little over 100 USD, but you can always scale it down. And again, discover a price or discover a product of similar price and value. Should you say, well, I want to maybe save a little bit more, $72 or $73 is slightly outside of my budget, but a pair of headphones as a gift idea under 100 USD does sound like a really good idea, especially when you couple it with a headphone stand. Whether they have headphones or not, they do have headphones. It's a great gift. If they don't and you want to buy both, it's an even better gift, because obviously you're not going to buy them a headphone stand if they don't have headphones, or you don't want the headphone stand to cost more than you don't want the headphone stand to cost more than the headphones. $5 headphones with a $42 headphone stand. Now, you don't want that. But those are the first two gift ideas: headphones, headphone stand. The third gift idea, to kick it up a notch, should they say, well, I'm not really, I need something a little bit more. I want the desktop experience. And you can go with the Creative Pebble 3, which these are the Creative Pebble Plus. This desktop speaker system, I heard it within a Best Buy, and I tell you what, it packs an amazing amount of punch to really like kick in the gears and add more to your experience as a gamer. Now, this again are compatible with consoles. This is not just an extensive list for PC gamers. I know it's in the title, but it's not just for PC gamers. These gifts, especially the ones that we started out, the first three we rolled out so far, are all compatible with your consoles, all the way down to the PS4 and up. So these gifts are for a wide range of a type of gamer or a type of person. Again, we are trying to discover gifts for the friend and family. Walt says, LST says, yeah, two Dale isn't here, so maybe I can drop some hints for my gifts. Nice, yeah. And Dale, I remember Dale on your last live stream, he was saying he was going to pick up the Elgato Stream Deck cam for you, and that's actually a cam I was looking at if I didn't go with the DSLR route. But it looks to be a great cam, and man, that'd be an awesome gift. It's a little over the recommendation, you know, that we're doing in today's video. I believe it was about 189 USD last time I checked. There were retails for about 199 USD, but it's a great webcam, and one that I had my eyes on for sure. But when we possibly do a part 2 to this series, we'll probably, you know, bump up the budget a little bit and kick it up to $200 as you start to, you know, be in a different range of gift ideas that you could really, that you can really add value to a gamer setup or to their experience, and one that they would love you for a long time. But if they want the desktop experience with their audio, you can pick up the Creative Pebble Plus. 2.1 is USB powered desktop speakers, so you don't need to worry about, say, like an XLR setup, or you could just plug it right into the back of your PC or into your console, and boom, you're good to go. But the Creative Pebble, believe it or not, again falls under 100 USD, as is the goal in today's live stream. $49.99, y'all. So if you say, well, Lab, if I don't want to get the headphones, okay, they don't want headphones. They're not a headphone set gamer, Lab. You say, all right, cool. So you don't need a headphone stand. You don't need the headphones. So you say, well, they want desktop speakers. Maybe you have a friend or family or a young child or a young student who can benefit from efficient, high power or high rated powerful desktop speakers, right? The Creative Pebble Plus, I heard these again in a Best Buy. I was blown away. I was like, yo, these sound really good. It's when we picked up this keyboard, Mrs. Mott. When we picked up this keyboard, I heard the speakers because I believe it was either TMZ or that's the Mr. Zombified, another member here in our audience, in our community, had brought it up when we had covered peripherals in season 1 of the live experience. We did an episode on peripherals and different, how to budget for more than just your system. And that's a conversation we are definitely going to revisit here in season 2 in an enhanced way. But if you want affordable and quality desktop speakers, consider the Creative Pebble Plus. Okay, easy to install, easy to set up, works, has you can adjust your value right there on the speaker. That's what I like, when it's easy and convenient and you can just switch it up. Has a subwoofer for that bass and that kick. In music or games, if you like me, and when I'm playing like Call of Duty, here recently I've been playing with the headset on, but historically I've always liked to play and with like a surround sound like setup as much as possible, because I enjoy just hearing the different sound effects that are put into games and how much effort is actually put into the audio design. Because if you design games or software applications, then audio design is tricky, and trying to really nail a lot of those different sound effects and put them all together into an experience like a first-person shooter, it's challenging. But when it's accomplished, you want to experience that in its fullest. Now, if you're not a headset type gamer and you're a desktop type gamer, or this friend or fam or loved one, child, concern, or I'm sorry, close one, then consider the Creative Pebble Plus. Only 50 USD. Again, all of these gift ideas that we're going over is in stock in Amazon right now, can be picked up. I don't have the links in the comment section yet or in description, but they will be immediately after this live show concludes. But the Creative Pebble, $49.99. also leaves you space for some of the other gifts that we're going to work and bounce around to where if you need to enhance or solve that loved one, friend, and relative, fam, what have you, if you want to solve their audio solution, then go with the headset under 100 USD. To add to that gift, or if they already have a headset, consider a headphone stand. With some of these other gifts that we're going to run through, if the idea is to have a gift guide for gifts. Let me switch back here, because if the idea is to have a gift guide with tech gifts for gamers, PC gamers, console gamers under 100 USD, then that leaves space for one or two more gifts. Say not just one $90 gift. You could get the Creative Pebble for $50 USD, and something else of similar price, and still, be slightly under that $100 limit, or right there, or at the ceiling if you factor in tax. If you have local tax and state local tax you have to account for, you may be over that. But if we're working with multiple gifts under that price range, fam, you have multiple gift ideas, not just one. Let me get caught up in the chat here really fast. Cliff says, what I'm browsing now, speakers. Okay, help me. I think, is that what you're saying? Is that what you're shopping now for, Cliff? Cliff, are you shopping for speakers? Let us know. Trisound says, I bet those speakers would sound amazing playing Elite Dangerous. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the game. I think I've seen some propaganda, but it has, gun action and car play in it. I'm sure it would. I played Far Cry 6. I wish Far Cry 6 audio design is okay. But I like, say, the campaigns in Call of Duty. I like playing those on a headset because, when you just hearing a gunfire, and the tanks moving, and you hear them moving along the grass, and you hear like the metal clanking around, you hear the bullets whizzing past you, or you're playing a multiplayer game and you hear the player's footsteps in your ears. It's surreal, and it's really dope. And actually, if you consider it, you could buy headphones and still very much desktop speakers if you want to round out their experience, because depending on the type of game, maybe you do want to be able to hear your opponent's footsteps. Maybe you want that competitive edge in your games, but you still also want an open air experience like desktop speakers. So you could very much work between the two depending on how much it is you really want to invest in this individual, right? Like your loved one. Because if you bought the Creative Pebble Plus, for example, 50 USD, and the Arctic Series 5, then that puts you over 100 USD. But if they already have headsets, then, you know, maybe you can say pick up the headphone stand and something else, or just a Creative Pebble Plus, because they say, well, you know, I like, you know, headphones for my competitive games, but sometimes I just want to rock out to some music, or I want to watch, you know, videos or other media, other forms of media on my console. It's not always just about gaming, y'all. Some of us do like our peripherals and our devices for multiple uses other than just gaming. Maybe you want to watch movies. Me and Mrs. Ma have been watching a lot of movies here. So depending on how it is you want to, how you consume your media, PC or console, and what media you consume, your audio preference might change between desktop speakers and, you know, wired or wireless headset. Trisan says, well, if you want to hear some top tier sound design, you got to play Elite Dangerous. It's really immersive. I will definitely, I'll look it up after the live stream. Thanks for the drop, T. Cliff says, yeah, browsing Amazon, looking at a setup for my laptops, Bose Companion 20 multimedia speakers, or a few others. Nice. And you're looking in the right spot, Amazon, as we bounce back here and wrap up with a slightly less and a slightly less and a more cost-effective solution. That is, if you want to level up a friend or fam's experience and get them a desktop experience, consider the Creative Pebble Plus, or a product of similar price or value, if not this particular desktop. Maybe you know that you find one that represents their favorite colors, maybe like a black on silver or something to that effect. Maybe there's a brand that you're comfortable with, but you didn't consider this particular gift idea as a gift idea for a friend or fam. So check it out as we bounce into the fourth holiday gift idea you can get for a friend or fam, as we covered the audio solution, headphones, a headphone stand, and even a desktop setup or a desktop solution for your speakers. But on the fourth day, consider getting them a new mouse or a new gaming mouse. Maybe they're using a lower budget solution. Maybe it's just old and run down. Maybe it doesn't work as well. Maybe they can't adjust things like the DPI settings. Maybe, you know, they just are in need of a new gaming mouse. Consider the Logitech G502 Hero. It's a super affordable mouse. I actually use this mouse myself, and it's one of the best mice It's one of the best mice I've ever used so far. In terms of like flexibility, it doesn't have any RGB, or just the G right here that lights up blue. But other than that, it doesn't have a lot of RGB or anything like that. But it is super functional and an affordable mouse that, again, if a friend or fam is looking for that competitive edge, you know, they play games like Fortnite or they play games like CSGO, Rainbow Six Siege, consider the Logitech G502 Hero, right? It's a wired mouse. Logitech is known for their peripherals, and it comes in just at under 50 USD. So what could this get you? Not only a new gaming mouse, but you could also get a gaming mouse and a set of desktop speakers. And that will put you right at about 90 to 95 USD. You're still under 100 USD. You're still under that, or you're still under our budget of $100, but you now provided not one, but two significant and memorable gifts. Okay. Consider this a side grade, where if you know that person is in need of a mouse and they have one that's functioning, much like, I hate to use Tricion's brother again as an example, but much like Tricion's bro, they have a functioning headset. Maybe they also have a functioning, mouse that, well, now would be the perfect time to say, you know what, I'm going to get you a new mouse for the holiday season, because you deserved it. You've used that old rundown, banged up mouse for the last 11 months or 10 months or 6 months or however long you've been using it, and now you're deserving of something just a little bit better than what you're using. Consider the Logitech G502 Hero, or a mouse within similar price or value. Doesn't necessarily have to be the G502 Hero. It's a mouse that I recommend for most users, that you have the ability to adjust your DPI and other settings to find the right feel that works with your playstyle in whatever game it is that you're playing. If you want fast and loose or like tight and firm, depending on the type of game you're playing and how how much control you need, this mouse, the Logitech G502 Hero, will allow you to or will give you that flexibility. It doesn't necessarily, it's not the best mouse on the gaming market by any stretch of imagination, no, but it is the most flexible and the most affordable when we're staying to the theme of rocking with a gift that's under 100 USD. Consider a new mice for that individual. Maybe they have like an old Dell, or not a mouse that's not as flashy, or maybe they use a laptop. This is also super helpful for a laptop, and that old trackpad is no good. And you just notice that even if it's a person who doesn't even play games, right? Maybe it's a person who doesn't even play games, but they definitely use their laptop for other functions. So having a mouse is definitely more flexible than using the trackpad on a laptop for most users, or a Mac. So consider the Logitech G502 Hero. It's a great gift for your spouse, a child, loved one, what have you. And again, falls just under 50 USD. Trisan says, I've used the G402 for a long time and I loved it, especially because it only cost me 25 euro. I bet the G502 is also super good. I love it. I mean, I don't have any complaints for it. And I have other mice I have bought to use as like, a go-to for my main system, doing like for editing and just like testing games on snow. But it's a mouse that I continue to go back to, the G502 Hero, and really one of my favorite just peripherals I use. Like, I really enjoy using this mouse. This is one of the products that we're highlighting in this episode that I definitely stand by, and that I would recommend, especially if you were looking for a low budget, high quality alternative for a gaming mouse, or just a everyday use mouse that will provide extreme precision or tight precision, and offers again flexibility with programmable buttons and other features. Cliff says, for keyboards, I can't recommend enough the Dracona Red Dragon. It's a 60% mechanical keyboard with hot swap switches, Bluetooth 5.0 device toggle, and it's like 50 to 60 USD. Yes, and actually that's a perfect, so put that in your back pocket, because we're actually going to switch and jump right over into one of the companion devices that could obviously pair well with a new gaming mouse. If you're getting a new mouse, why not also a new keyboard? But we're not going to jump the gun just quite yet, though, so hang tight. But I totally agree, and we've actually featured that mechanical keyboard, Cliff, if you remember, on the live stream where we assembled the complete setup for about 1,200 USD, and we were looking for keyboards, and we found that keyboard in particular that came with the gaming mouse. That one in particular came with the gaming mouse, but it also had other features that you would see on premium keyboards, but it was at an affordable price. So definitely an option, and that's one subject that we're getting ready to jump into. Cliff says, Glorious Model O is a great affordable mouse. Love mine. Yeah, that's the slotted serrated mouse. Very well spoke of mouse amongst the community. I believe Mrs. Mod wanted that gaming mouse as well, the one with the like little slotted holes. Not this one, but the Glorious Model O. But it is a great mouse. And Trice says, can't believe it's so cheap. Yeah, Sparta Rule says, I have the wired version. Nice. So Sparta Rule says, nope, I have the wired version. I stand by it. The Dracona Red Dragon is a quality keyboard for its price point. Now, on that subject of keyboard, let's switch back here. So we covered, the Logitech G502 Hero as a gift idea. Again, remember, this is a guide. This is to help you stay within a certain range when trying to decide on a gift for a gamer, for a PC gamer or a console gamer, that's under 100 USD. It can be a gaming mouse like the Logitech G502 Hero, or one of similar price and value, like some of the other ones the fellas in the chat have so graciously shared with us, like the Model O, for example. And there are, of course, other options, but this is a mouse that I recommend and I stand by it. And Logitech makes great products, which, speaking of Logitech, of course, now I have to go with on the 4th day, right? We're on the 4th day. I have to go on the 4th day. You can get a mechanical keyboard. Now, oh, you say, yeah, Lab, the Red Dragon, is a great keyboard and it works out. The Dracona is a great keyboard, but to keep your peripherals consistent, right? Consider the Logitech G Pro. Okay, this too is a mechanical keyboard, but what I like most importantly about it is that it's small form factor. That's a smaller form factor and a smaller footprint, which helps you save space on your setup for other items like that headphone stand that we highlighted. But the Logitech G Pro is a little bit more pricey than they say, for example, the Draconic, whatever that keyboard, the Draconic. Y'all roast me later, but I know I've butchered that. But it's about the same speed as the Draconic. It's not a little bit more, but Logitech again makes premium quality products, and I stand by them. I think they work great. But I most importantly like the G Pro for its compact and small footprint and smaller size. Great, again, to help you save space on your setup, and it has RGB. But you could find a product of similar price or value like the Draconic Red Dragon mechanical keyboard. Again, with the idea being that you want to stay with a product of similar price or value. So if you think that a keyboard and mouse, if you can find two, say the G400 or G402 or the G502 Hero, and like a $40-$50 mechanical keyboard, you're still under that under $100 USD price point. But maybe they're completely content with their gaming mouse. Maybe they don't need a mechanical keyboard. Or maybe they don't need a mouse. Maybe they need a new keyboard. Maybe their keyboard is busted. It's missing keys. It's not a mechanical keyboard. Maybe it's just your standard flat or membrane keyboard. Maybe they've been asking and saying, oh man, I want a new keyboard. For example, let me switch back here really fast. But let me put my daughter on the spot. Quick story, real quick with Lab. But my daughter came in, and I guess she's hinting around that she wants a mechanical keyboard because she came in here where we do the show, and she was looking at the keyboard I use, and she was like, Dad, is that what kind of keyboard is that? So I was like, it's the Corsair K whatever 770 something, the higher end keyboard. And she said, oh, is it mechanical? Or I said, yeah. She said, so she's asked me about it. I said, well, go ahead and fill the keys. So she's typing. She's like, oh, I like that. And so she's interested in getting a mechanical keyboard. And now, while this one, yes, is the one we were looking at is renewed, the G Pro still falls under at about $100 USD. But again, you could find other products of similar price or value in the keyboard range if you know there is one in particular that they want. And there's also going to be an out for you that we're going to walk down, just in case if you're one of those people where you're like, I don't know how or where to start or what to look for. Don't worry, fam, we got you covered. So it says, I have a Logitech, or LST says, yeah, gotta love the small footprint. Yeah, absolutely. It's such a big deal, especially when you're a creator and you might have your audio interface on one side, maybe a stream deck on another, a microphone stand, a light stand, your computer or your laptop, your camera setup. Like, there's a lot of different items that can occupy space really quickly. A headphone stand, for example. So when you're able to take advantage of smaller form factors, and smaller peripherals with smaller footprints, it helps open up that space for just either, if you don't like, I know you said Dale doesn't like a cluttered space. So, smaller form factor or smaller footprint peripherals probably are right up his alley, and, maybe a possible gift idea. Cliff says, I have a Logitech G513 Carbon I got for my birthday a few years back. Great keyboard. I just love 60% boards now. And that right there, let's use Cliff as an example. So Cliff got a keyboard as a gift and still remembers it to this day. And so that's the idea with a lot of these gifts here that are designed to be memorable for that special person, whether that be a brother, sister, cousin, spouse, fam, child, son, doesn't matter. These gifts are gifts that are memorable and would help just drastically change and shift their experience to something so much more positive and enhancing. That is what the core focus of these gifts are. Focusing on that alone. Live Streaming Tech says, always been a Logitech fanboy. I don't think I have found a dud yet in any of their products yet I have purchased throughout the years. I mean, I too, I stand with you on that. I have about like 5 different Logitech peripherals myself I use here and just throughout the household. But I picked up their mechanical keyboard. I believe it was a $30 mechanical keyboard. Just had standard, just red keys. And I like that keyboard better. The $30 keyboard, I like using that keyboard better than the $279 keyboard I use now. And it costs drastically less. Like I just picked it up, just needed just a separate keyboard. Just, I forgot what it was for a test setup or something like that. I just needed a keyboard. And it was $30. And I was using that keyboard to like test games, install Windows. And it just felt so smooth. And I really liked it. I mean, it had an aluminum body and frame, and just the keys felt tight and responsive and haptic. It was a really good keyboard. It was a $30 keyboard. I can't remember the name of it. But I just picked it up on Walmart. Just grabbed it and said, oh, cool, mechanical keyboard for $30. I just need, this is fine. Because now since I've started using mechanical keyboard, I have had no desire to go back, right? So like every other keyboard feels foreign or feels abstract to me if it's not a mechanical keyboard, regardless if it's cherry red, brown keys, or blue. Just if it's not a mechanical keyboard, then I don't want to use it, fam. I think that's what prompted me to pick up the $30 Logitech mechanical keyboard. Tricia says to Mrs. Mod, what keyboard do you have? She has the K70, the Corsair K70 RGB keyboard, mechanical keyboard. She loves it. She loves it. Showed her how to get the RGB setup on it and everything, and it's a great keyboard. It's a little pricey. It's a little pricey for her being a casual user, but you know, it too was a gift, and one that, as you can see, she says, I love my keyboard. So when it's meaningful and thoughtful gifts for the even everyday average user like Mrs. Mod, who's an educator, so she does, you know, lesson planning and school curriculums and what have you. When it's an everyday user like that, and the gift is still very meaningful, it is remembered. It is remembered, and you know, you remember the things that we get that we really love, especially when you don't think of it. So if you know your bro needs a new mouse because he's using some old rundown or something, you know, from ages ago, or it's a $20 mouse, it's bare bones, and you know they're in need of a new mouse, and you got about 50 spend, bro, pick up a G502 Hero or a mouse. The Glorious O, I believe, is like 35, or last time I checked, it was under 40 USD. Pick up the Glorious Model O mouse or the Logitech G502 Hero for $40. And that they will remember that. They will remember you for a long time. And they will remember that particular gift as a PC user or as a laptop user, as a Mac user, getting a really good mouse, and one that, you know, is functionable, looks good and functions well and does everything they needed to. It goes a long way. It really does. Again, it doesn't have to be the Logitech G Pro. It could be a product of similar price or value, but I too like LST, Live Streaming Tech. They know all about tech, you know, hardware especially, or, you know, peripherals to help you manage your stream and things of that nature. I stand by Logitech products as well. But of course, this guide is just that. It serves as a guide. You can stick to products in a similar price or a value. I keep repeating myself, and it don't matter. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep repeating myself. But if you if you know that person doesn't need a new keyboard, for example, you say, oh no, Lab, they don't need a keyboard, they like their keyboard, or I just bought them a keyboard last year, I just bought them a mouse last year, what else could I possibly get them that could be meaningful, or one that they might actually like? Well, we were talking about space, and if you got the space, consider picking up an extended mouse pad. These mouse pads look great if you have the space. I use one for I use the Corsair MX500, I believe, but if I had more space where I shoot most of the live shows and do a lot of my editing, I would use an extended mouse pad. They are not that expensive, look super good at nighttime for most gamers like especially our young gamers nowadays, like their lights, y'all. They have a lot of LEDs around their setup, and when you're able to add to their setup with, say, an extended mouse pad, any standard one, like there are no go-to brands, if you will. You can stick to, again, what's or a product of similar price or value. But an extended mouse pad, they typically don't exceed the $20 to $30 limit. They're relatively inexpensive. I don't like saying cheap. That sounds like you're degrading the quality of the product. I like using the term inexpensive. I say inexpensive because what you're getting in return of its cost far outweighs the cost. If, for example, you're getting RGB, just that extended mouse pad. If you're on a surface where your mouse is incompatible and you need that flat surface, or you like your mouse to glide back and forth on your mouse pad, then this is for you, fam. This is for you. Easy to install, USB. You just plug it right into your computer or whatever, your console, and it works just fine if you would want to use it for a console. This is one of the gift ideas that necessarily wouldn't be targeted to a console user. Most importantly, for a PC gamer, especially if you have other RGB peripherals and you want to accessorize your setup with RGB. RGB gets the air horn. I know it's not for everybody. Cliff loves RGB. I'm poking fun at Cliff. Cliff loves RGB. But consider a RGB gaming mouse pad. Even if they have, or if they don't have those other peripherals, and you say, well, I can get them possibly a keyboard, a mouse, and a mouse pad as the trifecta. Man, somebody would be, wow, I would be blown away. As a young person, or someone who maybe didn't even think to ask for that. Maybe I'm using a name brand, or, a nameless mouse pad. It's just some mouse pad you picked up from like a Walgreens or something. I'm not picking on Walgreens or CVS, but maybe, it's a generic mouse pad. You just got off the shelf because you needed one, or maybe it's a little run down and starting to fade and lose its quality. Consider picking up an extended mouse pad. This is especially a special gift if you don't have a lot of money to work with. So if you say, well, Lab, that's great and all, that these gifts all fall under 100 USD, but I don't have that much. I maybe got about 220s, two doves. What can I get for, about that? Or what would be meaningful to them? I don't really want to get them a cheap headset. They already have a headset, or, they already have a gaming mouse. Consider an extended mouse pad. It's a great accessory. I love my RGB mouse pad, although I don't use it up here because I don't need it. I don't need a mouse pad for the material that's on the table here. But for the test setup downstairs, I certainly do, because I just think it looks neat, especially at nighttime. And so if you know that friend, fam, loved one is a fan of RGB, consider picking up a mouse pad. Consider picking up an extended mouse pad, 22 USD. And again, all of these gifts available right now, should you want to bless them with a accessory or peripheral that has RGB, that again has some form of functionality. Maybe they'll like how the mouse glides across the base of the mouse pad, or the mouse pad. But consider the extended. This is extended, and as you can see, or let me switch back here, because they also come in different sizes. So if you know of any space limitations, then you can work around that and maybe say account for a smaller one or an alternative one. And these you can usually also pick up in your Walmarts if you don't want to get one online. But for that person who loves their games or plays heavy, they PC game heavy, or they use their setup quite extensively for video editing, or any form of content creation, they consider a extended mouse pad, 21 USD for the one with RGB. Not bad at all. A little bit of rhymes. And I said if we get to 15, if we get to 15, I would bust out in a song I wrote a while back. So hey, let's get the stream up to 15 likes. And so we can hear how horrible my singing is. And this is a song I wrote. I wrote this song years ago. Let me get caught up in the chat here really fast before we bounce back over to the conversation at hand. Trician says, me and my little brother have 100 CN X50 CN mouse pads, and it's so good. I've been using it for 1.5 years, and I bought my little brother one about a half a year ago. No RGB though. And that's fine. Like, that's perfectly cool, because maybe RGB isn't for you. Maybe you said, hey, maybe Trician said, I don't even want to pay the extra money for RGB. I just don't care about it. And to me, that's where when we opened up the show, I said PC gamers, most importantly PC gamers, we are accustomed to flexibility and affordability, meaning that we can craft our buying choices and our buying decisions based off of our individual and personal needs. And to me, that's one of the most, important parts of configuring your, especially configuring your whole setup, but even throughout the duration as a PC enthusiast and PC user, maximizing on that flexibility and affordability could really do wonders for your experience. And Tricia says, well, yeah, RGB is cool, but in my honest opinion, the money is not worth it. And again, that's totally cool as well. That's totally totally cool. I totally understand it. Even when I'm, parting out systems for first time builders or those who are looking to get a PC, I don't even ask them, is RGB like something they're interested in? I may ask, is there a color preference, just like based on how we do our build service. But for the most part, I don't say, hey, do you want RGB? Do you want to pay more for it? No. If you told me your budget is a specific amount, the last thing I'm going to do is factor in like, RGB to put you out of there. But if you say, hey, well, no, I want lights in my system, I want it to look, mint and just spazzy, then sprizzy, then hey, RGB for the win. And some builds look good without RGB, and peripherals too, and especially some of the ones that we walk through in our gift guide here. There are other alternatives, like non-RGB alternatives, for a lot of them, if not the majority of them. And let me get caught up here really fast. Cliff says, blue switches for the win. I love my loud click clack. Yeah, again, it's not for everybody. Some people find that click clack annoying, but I'm indifferent. I just like the feedback of the mouse when you have that feedback and you hear that clicky clacky. But again, just like RGB, not everybody is a fan of it. And Trisound says, all right, yep, that one is nice. And Cliff says, yes, hard mouse pad, you'll never go back. Oh man, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Live streaming tech wall says, yeah, RGB is kind of like putting racing stickers on a minivan. Man, that like some Ricky, like, yeah, like you want to go fast, huh? Like, yeah, no, RGB, oh, RGB means it goes faster. That means it's better. But hey, again, if your grandmama want to speed down the road on her way to the pageant or what have you, like grandma had them stickers on the van. But totally, again, that's one of the beautiful things about PC, just hardware, tech in general, flexibility and affordability. If you don't want it and you don't want to pay extra for it, then you don't have to, and it's not like forced down our throats, right? Like how horrible would it be if RGB was forced down the throats of tech users and tech enthusiasts? Like if you had to pay that premium, although you didn't want it, and there were no alternative products that you can choose from. Tech would be in a very, very weird space if so. But totally in agreement with you, lovely fam. Again, hit the like button for me if you're just trucking in, as we went over the first, I believe, 4 or 5, 6 gift ideas. So we talked about your headphones, right? The first gift idea was, let's quickly run through them. Gaming headphones, console or PC. Headphone stand, if you don't have one and want to ensure that that your friend or fam, your loved one, can protect their investment, can protect their audio investment. If headphones, if the headphone experience isn't for them and they want a more robust option and they want a desktop experience, consider the Creative Pebble 5 or any desktop PCs or desktop speakers that are of similar product or price. Or find a product of similar price or value. I told you I was hoping I'd be able to talk this live stream. And we also said a gaming mouse. You can pick up the Logitech G502 Hero and the mechanical keyboard, the Logitech G5 Pro. Fanboying on some Logitech here. And the extended mouse pad, like Cliff said, once you go hard mouse pad, you never want to go back. I agree. Like once I did that, I said, wow, this is like the mouse just glides so effortlessly. And playing fast-paced games, like, well, to me it's a fast-paced game, but playing like CS:GO and Overwatch just bounces all over the place. Like when I tested Sparta Rules 1993 PC, that was on a mouse pad, a hard mouse pad, and it was just the mouse just glid over the mouse pad. It was great, and this is a great gift that you should consider, especially if you're definitely unsure and you're like, I don't even know if they need or have one of these. The good thing is that it just, even if they have a tabletop surface, they can just put their keyboard and their mouse right on top of it, and it really just brings their system complete altogether. And you also can opt in for non-RGB peripherals. It doesn't necessarily have to have RGB, but if you know they are a fan of lights, then you can pick up an RGB model. If not, don't go with RGB. And then the seventh gift idea, which is a little, a little out there, but bear with me, and that is what? No, Inside the Lab winter merch. That's right, y'all. I had to squeeze this one in here. Why? Because, well, gamers like merch, and most importantly, they like merch that highlights them being PC gamers, right? Like, most importantly, they like merch that highlights them PC gamers. Now, you can pick up some Inside the Lab merch, obviously well under 100 USD. I don't have any merch that's over there, any labware merch that's over 100 USD. But should you say want to pick them up some swag or some clothes, right? If they're asking for, maybe say, hey, I want a new hoodie, or I want a new long sleeve, or something to that extent. If you know they like hoodies, you don't have to necessarily get one with my handsome and humble mug, but we also have other winter merch or winter gear that can highlight them or highlights them as a PC gamer. Quite obviously, the one that says PC gamer, the one that was featured in the thumbnail, and with different variations to it, if it's not that one in particular, with the PC GMER variant, or the one of my favorites, and that is the USB. Like, I really like this hoodie. This is one that I might buy myself as a gift, or just might buy in general, but different variations to it that you can pick up that you say, hey, you know what, they might actually like that. That's their color scheme, or gray and white are their favorite colors. The USB is a pretty standard peripheral, or a pretty standard device that's well recognized and well known throughout the tech space. The plug series, the graphics edition, starts at $36.99. It's relatively low for a zip up hoodie, and one that's of premium quality. So a lot of different options over there on the Inside the Lab merch store that you can pick, that you can, buy for a friend or fam, that necessarily isn't directly tied to the Inside the Lab brand. I mean, the gear, our merch is well branded with the Labware brand, but you have the No Player in a While long sleeve that you can also pick up as a winter gift. That also comes in like a hoodie, not a button up. It's more of what they call the stencil hoodie, but $40.99. So not only could you maybe say, I'm gonna get them a new headset and a new hoodie, one that represents them as being a gamer. The No Player in a While moniker just means that no matter what system you play on, or how much your system costs, or how much you had to spend, so long as you're able to enjoy this hobby that we all love, that is gaming, then you are one of us. So No Player in the Wild. Then of course you can get them a mug if they like drinking coffee or any other adult beverage that they are legally allowed to consume. You can pick them up a mug, or maybe even for their tea or hot cocoa. But a lot of different gear options over there that are tiered, or I guess targeted for PC gamers especially, or gamers in general. But obviously we're all about PC gaming here, so a lot of it revolves around PC gaming. But you can also get the staple that is the international symbol of saving and transferring that data, that is the USB, what I call the plug series. So definitely check that out. Definitely check out some of the Inside the Lab merch. Of course, I mean, I'm a smaller brand. Merch helps the channel in a really big way, although the margins are like really small, because I really wanted to price the merch to where it was accessible to the community at large, just to get as much representation of the Labware brand and moniker as possible. So there's, other, if the laptop user, the Signature brand, the plug edition of Signature brand is a good hoodie. Also this one as well. So a lot of different options and different configurations. The I Am a PC Gamer, this is a favorite, like among my oldest son. He bought this hoodie as well. He just loves it, wears it all the time. But if you want something, this is the I Am a PC Gamer eye test. Completely designed. All the merch is designed by me, so it really helps. It really helps to brand out when you pick up merch from our Teespring store. And again, have a really fun and interesting concept to celebrate and or most importantly celebrate some upcoming new signature brands that I've been conceptualizing, you guys and gals. And guess what, let me switch back here really fast, and guess what, channel members will be the first to know. So shout out again to our channel members. We got a couple of you here with us right now. Shout out to our channel members, but you all will be some of the first ones to know about the early, and we'll see a lot of the early concepts and designs of some of the new merch that we'll be dropping. So definitely keep a lookout on the community tab, your community tab for those posts. Trisan says, I like that right hoodie. The right hoodie. Which one was it? The PC gamer hoodie, I believe it was. Oh, okay, yeah. I like this one too. This is one of my favorites here. I also like the play. I mean, I like both of them. I'm more of like I like either form or format of a hoodie, rather that be zip up or stencil where you put your hands in. I mean, I like them both. But yeah, the PC gamer one is fresh. Tricion is referring to this one here, and again, it's $38.99. So, if you had a little brother or a big sister or a little sister, doesn't matter what have you, or a son or a brother, somebody who loves their PC games and they want to let that be known in the public, and you want the world to know that you are a PC gamer here as we start to embrace the cold that is winter, to consider the PC Gamer #2 graphic edition hoodie. This one here, $38.99, y'all. Not bad. Teespring ships with quality fabrics, and their shipping has improved here as of recently. If you see something you like and you want to get it before the big day here in December, then consider bouncing over there now. Again, all of this, well, the merch link is definitely in the description box below or here in the chat, but check out the merch. And again, this supports Inside the Lab directly, not Amazon's bottom line, but it also supports Inside the Lab's brand as well. And if when you buy merch, take a picture either on Instagram or Twitter and mention and tag me in it, and I will respond with a personalized video message, kind of rating how you look and just seeing how you are in the hoodie, in the merch or whatever, if you're not wearing it, of course, and just take a picture and I'll give you a video shout out and response. But if it's not winter where you are, then of course we have non-winterized gear, but for the large part I am based over here in the East Coast, and winter is coming. So, consider picking up some winter merch if you're here on this side with us. But if not, we of course have t-shirts in the similar brands like the PC Gamer brand that Tricion pointed out that he likes. We have that also in just your standard t-shirt form. So check out the merch. Again, gifts that's under $100 in terms of like clothing, because people like clothing for gifts. There's nothing wrong with that. Getting some swag. So if you want some PC gaming swag or gamer related swag, check out the merch store. Check out the merch store, as we have items and products that are well under that $100 price tag. Seems like a shameful plug, but again, could serve as a great gift if you want to buy an article of clothing as a gift, and maybe not something plastic. Maybe they have all those things. Maybe you're like, but they have a keyboard, they have a mouse. Well, they don't want a mouse pad. They've already expressed that, or you get a sense of feel for these things. You typically can't go wrong with clothing, especially when it's one that wearer can stand by and say, without a doubt, that I stand by this article of clothing, especially when it represents something. And in this particular case, the Labwear merch represents this community, represents you as a PC gamer, right? That's what it's all about. So that's what the merch will do. If you need that, if you need a gift, right, or the Inside the Lab merch, most importantly, if you're looking for a gift in that under that $100 price range, you can possibly even pick up, say, a t-shirt and a mug, or a t-shirt and a hoodie, or a long sleeve and a hoodie, whatever the combination, and you still would be under 100 USD. So we have merch, again, Inside the Lab merch. Another thoughtful and meaningful gift that most people don't even think about and consider, and this is especially true for our PC gaming friends and fam, that is an external hard drive. What? Yes, you'd be surprised how women say, oh, thank God I can download more games, or thank goodness I can not have to keep uninstalling one game just to play something new, or I have videos and files that I want to save, consider getting that individual an external hard drive. Now, the space could depend on, say, how much you have to spend or how much you think they may need. But in this particular case, or in this gift guide, we could surmise that a 4 terabyte Western Digital external hard drive, well under $100, $84.99. Okay, $84.99 for an additional 4 terabytes of space. That's a lot of additional storage for your PC, Mac, or Xbox, whatever your consoles, if you will, especially for your consoles where your space limited up to a certain extent. But just for portability and flexibility, again, an external hard drive, it's plug and play. It's just set it and forget it. You plug it in and boom, you're good to go, right? And you don't necessarily have to opt in for a 4 terabyte. Let's say, they don't need as much space. You can drop down to, say, a 1 terabyte external hard drive, $42.99. So now you're back into a multi-gift price range. External hard drive, maybe a keyboard. External hard drive, extended mouse pad for under $80. External hard drive, maybe a headphone stand if they already have headsets that they like, or a headphone stand, a headphone set that's already of premium quality, perfectly fine with. They don't need extra headset, but that they could benefit from more space. If it's your spouse, you probably even heard them complain about you likely heard them complaining about running out of space, and you say, I keep hearing them say something about space. I need more space. I wish I had more space and something I could just plug in, or I wish I had an external hard drive. This is the reason for the season, y'all. We are coming up on the holiday season, and consider an external hard drive, regardless of the capacity for your friend or fam. But whether it be 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte for under $60, you're still within a multi-gift price range of an external hard drive and maybe, say, a lower end gaming headset or the draconic mechanical keyboard. So you can get a mechanical keyboard and an external hard drive. Boom, bam, right underneath the tree. Prime, locked and loaded for the special day. And they go to fire up, they say, whoa, not only did I get something that I want to go use right now, I want to go download and install some of those games I had to uninstall. If your internet is the bottleneck, right, and it takes you a little bit of time between downloading and installing your games, or most importantly downloading your games, then you want to avoid that bottleneck as much as possible. If it's games you don't play as much, but you don't want to have to keep installing, or games that you want to, you want to save up and continue your library, or you want to bounce back and forth from, say, laptop to your desktop PC, well, an external hard drive is a great gift idea, even for a laptop user or a Mac user. If you can have a friend or fam that creates content, this gift especially is well thoughtful and meaningful to them. It's one of the things where they may not ask for it, but they would recognize its benefits immediately upon opening it up and be like, have one of those moments, right? Maybe that was real cringy. That was real cringy. That was horrible. And let me jump up here really fast in the chat. See, Triceon says, I had to roll out. Well, it's good to see you, Triceon. Thanks for hanging out. See, and appreciate the audio. Again, Triceon blessing us with the audio play for us at the beginning of the show. No Cap says, hey, Mr. Terrence, it's Nate. It's good to see you, Nate. Nate gets the air horn. How you doing, young fan? Good to see you, Nate. Happy holidays to you. Yeah, thanks for stopping by as we go over a few gift ideas for a friend or fam, loved one, or spouse. And we were just diving into getting an external hard drive as a gift, or an external hard drive as a gift, one that can allow you to enhance your storage, or expand your storage and download and install more games, save more files, back up. If you're a content creator, this is especially helpful to you, because you would be able to save your videos in your library off your computer or off your laptop, and that way you can preserve it in the event that your drive crashes or your data is compromised. An external hard drive is a great gift for a loved one under 100 USD. Wide range of storage capacities from 1 terabyte all the way up to 4. The 4 terabyte Western Digital external drive we just went over sold for about $84.99. But if you want to lower it down and say, well, hey, I'm thinking about getting 2 gifts, maybe they don't need 4. I can start them out with like 2 terabytes or 1 terabyte. You can pick one up even less than, or about under 50 USD for a 1 terabyte external drive. And again, it doesn't have to be a Western Digital drive. Maybe you're fond of Seagate or another brand. This video or this live stream serves as a guide, fam. You can settle on a product of similar price or value, and you would still be well within the constraints of discovering a gift that's both meaningful and thoughtful, with that being an external hard drive. So switching out, we have, or bouncing back of storage, we have storage. One easy, this gift is especially easy, and one that could actually save you a lot of headache and a lot of mistakes along the way, and that is picking up gift cards, right? Like when all else goes wrong, pick up a gift card, right? Pick up a gift card, and this is going to just help them make the decision. And the gift card doesn't necessarily have to be only Steam. You can pick up a Newegg gift card. You can pick up an Amazon gift card. Now, again, the core focus of this live stream were gifts that are under 100 USD. So quite naturally, you would want to start with a $100 gift card. But a $100 gift card in the scheme of just, in a grand scheme of being a PC gamer, opens you up to not only games, but guess what? If that's any of the products we mentioned before, then they can decide on what it is they want to buy. Earlier in the stream, Sparta Rules said, I don't really boohoo to the Arctic Series 5. He prefers the Hyper Cloud. So if that's, let's say for Sparta Rules 1993, a gift card would be better suited for him. A $100 Amazon gift card would be better suited. In that way, that individual, Sparta Rules, would be able to, find the particular product it is that he wants, or that individual may want, rather that be, the glorious Model O. Maybe you don't want the G502 Hero. Maybe you don't want to get a headphone stand. Maybe you want to get something else. Or maybe you want to get ready to take advantage of Steam's winter sale, and you want to stack up on some games you've been holding out to play because, you didn't want to drop 60 on it or 50 on it. So a gift card is a great gift idea when you just don't know what to get, and you say, you know what, I don't know what to get. I don't want to get him a headset because I don't know, or maybe you're a little older and you're just not as well versed in the tech or what that person may be looking for. Then pick up a gift card. You can pick up a Steam gift, all of these gift cards you can pick up along the way till you see your family or friend, right? You pop right into, a Dollar General or a Walmart or something to that extent, and grab a gift card and say, hey, throw it in the car and say, hey, look, I didn't know what to get you. I know you like playing games. I know you like playing games on the PC. I've heard that Steam is one of the, if not, it is the largest the largest launcher or largest place you can go to download games. So hey, I just figured I'd get you a $100 gift card. You go pick out the games you want to buy. Or I'm not sure the type of where you download your game. So here's a $100 gift card for Amazon, or a $100 gift card for Newegg, a $100 gift card for Micro Center. Excuse me, it doesn't matter where, right? Or the price stays the same, right? $100, but where it is they want to spend that gift card is what'll matter the most. So you have to say, well, do you want more games, or do I just want to go the easy route and say, I don't know what to give you? Giving cash seems to some people may not, it doesn't seem as thoughtful. It's just like, here's $100, but if you give a $100 gift card to Amazon, that they can, if anything, discover some of these gift ideas that we already highlighted, the Inside the Lab merch notwithstanding, because it's not on Amazon. But if it's something that they themselves want to research and find, then they could jump over to Amazon and buy it themselves. They could pick out their own mechanical keyboard. Maybe they would want to go with the Draconic mechanical keyboard, or maybe they want to go with an alternative. If it's under 100 USD, then they again have flexibility and affordability with this gift, with this being a gift card. I could buy games, but if one of my family members said, here you go, Terrence, here you go, happy holidays, and they slide me the gift, and it's a gift card, a $100 gift card for Steam, I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. I don't have to come out of pocket. This is super meaningful to me. Every time I fire up or open up, use whatever it is I buy with this gift card, I'm gonna think about that person. Even if they give me a gift card, $100 gift card for Amazon, and I say, you know what, I can finally buy that AIO I want, that $79 all-in-one liquid cooler, or I can finally upgrade my CPU cooler from, say, something stock to something a little better, like a Noctua or a Cooler Master Hyper 212 or something to that extent, right? Like a $40 or $50 CPU cooler, and you could still very much get something else. That's especially where gift cards for hardware can come into play. If you don't know the kind of hardware that person needs, and they want to make a subtle, or let's say you want to buy a case fan, that could be a 3-pack case fan, or that can be, another stick of RAM. Or, RAM is relatively cheap now. You might even luck up and be able to find a 16 gigabyte kit of RAM. That could be an LED strip. That could be, again, an AIO or a CPU cooler. If you don't want to buy that gift, I'm talking to you, the person who would buy it for, this loved one, your friend or fam. If you don't want to be the one to pick that gift out and make a buyer's, make an error in the hardware, then leave it up to the enthusiast, leave it up to the user. Give them a gift card. Let them decide on what's important to their setup if you yourself are unsure of what to get them. Live streaming text says Amazon gift cards always make me smile. I mean, yeah, me too. Like, because it's like one of the biggest. Back in the day, I don't know if you remember Walt. I'm pretty sure you might, but like back in the day, the Toys R Us catalogs, would have the you could see all the toys and the upcoming equipment and just like devices that were coming out. And I would always like window shop and be like, man, I just really wish I had a Toys R Us gift card. And when I would get one, I'd be like, look, I'm like, yes, I could finally get a new Walkman or a like a Game Boy game or a Game Gear game, Walkman or something to that extent. Like it just, and the same thing with Amazon. So because it's such an extensive warehouse, there's a lot of different things you can buy. Like if you can't find it, fam, if you can't find it on Amazon, it's illegal. Like if you can't find it on Amazon, it's illegal. So when you get that $100 gift card, or even if it's a $50 or a $20 gift card, because sometimes it's the small things that even matter. If you can say put another 20 to it and be able to get a product or item that you otherwise wouldn't been $20 short, then it still can go a long way. It doesn't just have to be a Steam card, like Walt pointed out. It could be an Amazon gift card. It could be a Micro Center gift card, Newegg, wherever that person likes to frequent and shop. But you usually can't go wrong with Amazon. If it's games they're looking for, if they say, oh, well, I want some new games for the holidays. I want some new games. Can you buy me some games? You're like, I don't know what kind of games you want to play. But you do know you have access to Steam, and I can buy them a Steam gift card and make it simple to say you can go out and pick the games you want to play. Gift cards are especially, what was the theme again, y'all? Flexibility and affordability. You do not have to even spend the entire gift card when you get it. You can wait for the winter sale. Say the winter sale, get a couple games, got about $50, $60 left over. Hit the summer sale up and pick up some games. Or if it's an Amazon gift card for $100, you might say, now I need a new microphone, or I would like to pick up a headset. So I will, spend half of it now, and then I'll just pocket the rest and buy something else as I need it. That's taking advantage of the flexibility of this gift, in particular that being gift cards. So flexibility and affordability, but you can't go wrong with a gift card, especially when you're unsure and you say want to save from making any error or buying the wrong piece of hardware that's incompatible with that person's setup, or something they just might not straight up even like. And when it comes to games, that's especially a personalized experience. Not all of us play the same type of games. Not all of us enjoy the same type of games. Some of us is okay with playing for microtransactions. Not me, but if that's you, then that's perfectly fine. Like y'all know me, y'all. Let me switch back here because y'all know I don't judge. Like if you like buying microtransactions, that's on you. That's what you like to do with your spend. If you like RGB, that's cool. You like to spend extra for it. You prepare for that, right? You accommodate that within your budget that well, I want RGB like components, so I'm going to pay typically about $50 to or let's say $20 to $40 more on average per component, all the way down to your DRAM. Yes, even your memory will cost you about $15 more for a kit that has RGB versus one that doesn't. And to some, that $15 might add up. It could be significant over, say, once you start factoring in other components. Do I want RGB on my cooler? Like, do I want an aftermarket cooler with RGB? Do I want my motherboard to have RGB? Do I want a case that has RGB case fans? Or do I want to add RGB case fans? Or do I want non-RGB case fans? It's going to add to your system either in cost or capacity in some form. So definitely take a step back and say, hey, is it worth it for me? And, decide if you want to spend that extra bit of money. But it does come at an extra cost, and it's not for everybody, but that's all good. Walt says, yeah, that in the Sears catalogs. Oh yeah, absolutely, the Sears catalogs. Especially as I became an adult and started having a disposable income, like I was like, man, all right, I want to look to see what's on sale for the holidays here over at Sears. But yeah, absolutely, the Sears catalogs too. Yep. Cliff says, yeah, or Walt, I keep calling you Cliff, my bad, live streaming tech. But Walt says, yeah, I saved my gift cards. So it might be that last $20 Amazon gift card to put my balance at what I need. Yeah, and I totally agree. I find myself doing it too, where I'll just throw it in there or buy something small like like a audio jack or a live mic or something to that extent. If it's $100 gift card, whatever's left over, I say, you know what, maybe I can put it towards something else that I may want or need down the road, and just let the balance accumulate, right? Because the gift, it doesn't cost you anything. It was a gift card, so you know you're kind of like, you have that flexibility and affordability. Which, speaking of, we were concluding with gift cards as being a solid gift idea, especially if you don't know what to get, you're unsure of where and how to even start. Consider getting a gift card. Steam, great for games, microtransactions, and other. Again, that could be a PS4 if you know that that person likes Xbox Live or they play Xbox, and you want to get them some, Xbox Live points, I guess. And or if it's over on Sony, you want to get them some Sony currency as well. You have a wide range of choices when it comes to gift cards, and they're typically easy. If you're like, if you want to, bless a loved one or a friend or a fam, and they're long distance especially, and you don't want to like ship the gift. Gift cards are essentially numbers, y'all. They're essentially numbers, and you can just send them that number. They can drop it right into their Amazon. They can claim it over on Amazon, or they can, claim it on Steam, and it's super easy. You don't have to send them anything. You can just text them the gift card, say, hey, happy holidays. Here you go. Here's $100 gift card. I didn't know what to get you, or I'm gonna mail you a gift card. I just bought you a Newegg gift card. Get whatever it is you want. It's a great way to cover your behind your derriere if you're unsure what to get. But if you want to say kick it up a notch and you say, nope, I know this is for my spouse or my partner, and I know what their pain points are. They've been complaining about a mic. Believe it or not, the Blue Yeti is a really good pickup. Now it is at the $100 limit, like it's at the $100 price point. It's like right there. So yeah, we're teetering along the edge here, and flirting with the flirting a little bit on the danger side. But the Blue Yeti comes in at under 100 USD, and is a great mic for recording your voice. And this is beyond just creating content, say for YouTube. If you know that person plays multiplayer games and they want to level up their microphone experience, and you're not sure what type of mic to get them, then you're ready to go all in and say, what kind of gift can I even get them? Like, what would be beneficial to them? What is something that I know they can take advantage of? If you notice they've been using the microphone, say on their laptop while they're gaming, or they're using they're using the microphone from a console, or it's a less than inferior microphone, something a little older, they consider the Blue Yeti USB mic. It's easy. Again, just plug it in USB, good to go. Onboard volume adjustment and ability to mute your microphone, which is really helpful depending on what it is you're doing. Or if you're a gamer with a noisy background or a lot going on, you got to quickly mute your mic in and out so your friends or your squad doesn't hear you. Super flexible, super easy to achieve. They will be blown away by the quality of Blue Yeti. If you're familiar with audio equipment and different other microphones, and you know that the Blue Yeti's name comes with a premium, if you will. But the Blue Yeti at under 100 USD, and you possibly could even find it on sale if you're able to go into a brick and mortar store like a Best Buy, or I'm not sure if Walmart sells Blue Yeti mics. I don't want to say they do because I could very much be wrong, so don't quote me on that one. But as Walt says, yeah, that's my old mic, and it's a great mic. It's a great mic. It's a really good mic, and one I danced around, but I said I'm gonna go with a slightly different route. But as a gift that's under 100 USD, and one that could be beneficial, this is one of them gifts that could be beneficial now, in the future, down the road, as your aspirations change or as you want to do different things. This as a gift would, even now, like even with the different microphone options I have here at my disposal, even now, if a friend or fam got me this microphone, I open it up on Christmas, I say, wow, this is pretty cool, because I didn't ask for the Blue Yeti, but I know it's a good mic, especially like a good starter mic with a little bit oomph in your sound. I would be blown away, and I'd be super grateful. And every time I went to go use that microphone, I would be like, Oh wow, this right. X got me this microphone for the holiday, and I can't believe they got it. And guess what? They might want to do for you. They might want to return that same love and appreciation back on you. If give on to others. If you're a believer of karma, so you put out good energy will come back, and that person will remember that. And every time they remember that, that energy will spark, and that energy will be triggered, and they will think about you, and they will think about this gift. And now again, if you add taxes, you will be a little over the $100 mark, but as a gift that at MSRP it is under 100 USD after tax, it might put you over. But if you're looking for a gift a little bit on the premium side and something that is super impactful to their overall experience, again, if that's on laptop, if that's on console, if that's on PC, and you really want to provide a meaningful gift, and you know that they're looking for a quality microphone or audio solution for recording voiceovers, maybe they're an aspiring singer or voiceover actor or actress, and you want to help prepare, help prepare or propel. I told you I almost was going to be able to get through the live stream without fudging up, but you want to help prepare them to embark on that journey, and they're not even sure where to start. And you say, hey, this guy Lab recommended the Blue Yeti. I did my research on it. The reviews look good. The prices within my range, and I figured I can get my partner or my girlfriend, whatever have you, I can get them a gift under 100 USD. Consider the Blue Yeti microphone. Great gift, especially if you're looking to help them enhance their audio, right, in their games or in their content. Rather that be just talking to friends one day, recording voiceovers the next, or recording, sing songs or what have you. So, great option. That is the Blue Yeti mouse as a gift, again, under 100 USD. But if you say, you know what, they don't really need audio, and they're okay with the microphone on your headset, right? Like the onboard microphone on your headset, or what they're already using. Well, don't consider getting a microphone. Get something that definitely will benefit them, especially if they're a PC user. I can't stress this enough, and that's an electric blower or a cordless blower. I use a corded blower for a little bit more heavy duty kick, because I just I deal with some pretty dusty machines. But if it's to clean out a console or to clean out some of those keyboards that we mentioned earlier, right? Maybe you want to, get the dust out of your keyboards, get the dust out of your console, get the dust out of your PC, or just dust off your area in general, or just dusting around the house, right? This is one of the multi-purpose gifts that you can get a PC gamer or a gamer in general, but one that they would be able to take and use outside their setup. The air duster, most importantly, the one that we have highlighted here, comes under 100 USD at $60, and it's chargeable. So you can bring it over to you. You don't have to, keep it positioned at your setup. You can charge it, bring it back, use it again, and boom, you're good to go. But you would be able to keep your console dust free. And again, dust is a component killer. We did a live show on that, if some of y'all remember. But dust is a component killer. So you want to be mindful of dust accumulation, especially within your PC, because dust is a conductor of heat, and you don't want that heat to build up. It will start to degrade your components, because not only is dust a component killer, but heat is a slow component killer. Over time will just drain the life out of your hardware and your configuration. So to help prevent that, and the same applies for your console, right? Your consoles need to breathe as well, and dust can very much build up inside of those tiny, crevices and cavities. So having a cordless duster can help you fight and combat that dust buildup. And one that maybe that PC user not even think of. Maybe they use compressed air, and they're always complaining about it. They say, "Oh man, this thing always spits up," which I wouldn't recommend using compressed air. Maybe it's fine on keyboards and cleaning your other peripherals, but for your system, I would recommend at least going cordless or with a corded air duster. This one in particular by OneCool, 60 USD, again, well under 100 USD. This gift, super thoughtful, super meaningful, because it has other purposes and functionality. You could use it in your car, on your laptop, your keyboard, cleaning your, whoa, that's a, holy smokes, that's a dusty CPU. Whoa, family. I can tell you whatever that came out of, it was not working. That thing probably, as soon as you fired up, it throttled right on down. My goodness. And from that to that, well, this is a little hard to believe. Is that likely required some isoprene and distilled water to help get it looking this mint. But nonetheless, a very cool and crafty tool to have as a enthusiast, as a gamer, and as you can see here, just to have around the house. But to really get the dust and kick it out of your computer and give it a good, hosing every once in a month, consider an air duster, cordless or corded, doesn't matter. This one in particular I like because it's has a, again, small footprint, easy to use. 33,000 RPM means it's going to kick out a lot of the dirt that's stuck in between your keyboard. And if you eat around your system, especially, or you take your laptop out all over the place, or all wherever you go, then it may pick up some debris along the way. So if you know that you have a friend or fam and they fit that criteria, or that describes them, to heck with everything else we just walked through, maybe this could benefit them the most, especially if you live in an area where dust builds up a lot. Let me get caught up in the chat here really fast. As Walt says, also don't believe the hate on some reviews. A bit of time spent tweaking the Yeti goes a long way. And Walt, that's a very good point to make. And that, in my opinion, remains the same even for other microphones. Like just trying to unless you're going with like the Shure SM7B or something to that extent, where it's just like out the box, it's going to deliver an amazing audio, but even still may require some tweaking with your interface. Like you said, the work though is well worth the effort when you're able to nail that premium quality sound, and you're like, you or your audience or your squad mates are blown away by your microphone. They say, hey, what kind of mic are you using? Your audio sounds really good. And you're like, hey, I'm using the Blue Yeti. I had to turn up the gain a little bit and add noise suppression, but it works as expected. And as you can hear, the audio quality is superb. It's spot on. So definitely don't sleep on the Blue Yeti. It's a powerful, I believe it's a condenser mic. And Walt says, I wonder if that would clean out my car vents. Yes, absolutely. We used ours, the corded one, in our cars, but it definitely would clean out your car vents. And this is, again, one of those tools where could benefit a user, a PC user, or a gamer in so many different ways, other than just on their hardware. Like Walt said, can I take it out? Can I clean my car? Can I go clean out the vents? You might even be able to clean out your home vents as well. Likely it's powerful enough, 33,000 RPM. That's definitely powerful enough to kick out your home vents, right? We use ours for a wide range of uses. It's just mine's is limited to its short cord, so we have to like extension cord the thing. But this is a simply easy. You just let it charge. You don't have to worry about plugging it in or finding an available socket. Just so long as it's charged up, it'll be good to go. And the goal here again is flexibility and affordability. It's affordable. It's it costs about the same as a PC game, y'all. But think about it. You'll get more usage out of this than you would if you bought a $60 PC game. Maybe you'll play it for 8 hours if there's no multiplayer. Maybe you'll play it for 8 hours, 16 hours, and be done with it. Maybe you won't even go back to it. But imagine how much use you're going to get out of a cordless air duster, and the different ways you'll be able to utilize it, from your home to your vehicle, maybe even at your job. If you have a desk setup at your employer, or if you are self-employed and you have an office setup, you could just, a great gift for a spouse, loved one, even a young student or a young child that's off in study, and their space accumulates a lot of dust. 60 USD for a cordless air blower. There are some that are a little lower, but they don't have wireless or rechargeable capabilities. This one in particular, one of the lowest ones I found, one of the best reviewed. Again, I use, like Cliff said, he uses his data vac. I use a data vac as well. A little bit more heavy duty and comes with different nozzles for different for different things. But for a simple setup, or a user who just wants to keep their components dust free, or to keep their console dust free and their area dust free, this is essentially a solid gift for them, and one that they'll be blown away. Say, you know what, here we go, listen up, every time I use this to go clean my, maybe the Mrs. or Mr. want to clean their what are those things called, blinds. Maybe they want to clean their blinds. Maybe they want to take it out, detail their car. Maybe they want to get behind it, the china or their frames, or maybe you have delicate artwork or something like that hanging up on your walls, and you just want to keep it looking good and dust free. This is actually a gift that if you got it for somebody who lives with you, you could actually, this is a gift that you yourself could also take advantage of. Like, hey, I bought it. Let's say I bought it for Mrs. Mod. I might say, hey, Mrs. Ma, can I get where's the air duster at? That's what she does to me. Like everything I buy is like, hey, can we borrow it too? Here recently, I'm like, no, go buy your own. I don't like sharing. Go buy your own. I love these tools way too much. And this tool would be super beneficial to your everyday user, whether that be a console gamer or a PC gamer. In the house, outside the house, in the car, consider an air duster or a product of similar price and value here at this $60 price range. But what makes this gift special is, again, is you can opt in for an air duster and say an extended mouse pad, and you'd be under $80. Or you can opt in for, say, a 1 TB external hard drive and an air duster. Two essential gifts for all types of users, not just gamers, console gamers as well. Those are two gifts that they could benefit from, and you would still be under 100 USD, y'all. Cliff says, I use it for my PC. Anything great, 100%. Yes, clean up your stuff. Don't be nasty. You want to protect your hardware. You want to protect your investment. Remember, it's an investment. You're investing in your experience. You are investing in your setup for so much more than just one particular thing. And so you want to protect that any means necessary. If it's a $60 air duster, then go for it. Buy yourself one too. If you say, if it's for a friend or somebody that who obviously doesn't live with you, and they say, hey, I've really benefited from this air duster. This thing is super neat. And you say, yeah, I know. I'm gonna get me one too, because it looks like it's a neat and nifty gift that I didn't think about. But like we were saying earlier, me and Walt, like my guy Dale over at Self Publishing with Dale likes a nice clean setup. So maybe Dale might want to pull one of these bad boys out underneath his desk and just give it a quick hose down and blow and give it a quick blow down. I didn't want to say it, but I had to. Maybe want to give it a quick blow down and keep his setup looking nice and clean. Super easy and convenient. Air duster is a great gift idea, guys and gals. One I highly recommend if you're definitely unsure and you say, hey, maybe, I know they use a laptop. Hey, I know they got an Xbox One or an Xbox One X or a PS5. Any of those devices you want to keep clean and protected from dust as much as possible. And at $60, you can't beat that. It's well worth the investment. So last but not least, it's one that's not as popular, but I had to squeeze it in there because some people like, again, this is about flexibility and affordability. And that is picking up a wireless Xbox One controller and adapter for Windows or for your PC. Now, I know you say, hey, wait a minute. We're PC gamers. We play on keyboard and mouse. It's all about keyboard and mouse. And yes, I totally agree. And here, as of recently, I've been finding myself slowly navigating from from my controller and playing more KBM on almost all of the games I play. But there are some slow burn games that just play out a little bit better on a controller, most importantly a keyboard, or I'm sorry, like a wireless, like an Xbox One controller. I use an Xbox One controller and I've used it for a while now. You guys have already given me HE double about it. When we first started playing Alien Isolation in our pop-up live streams, I was playing it on a controller, and then I just say, you know what, let me just switch to the KBM. Let me just give it a whirl. But some games, and I am I hate to admit, or I begrudgingly admit to this, but I have a soft spot for the Madden franchise, and I do like playing the Madden franchise as a simulation-based sports game. Although I recognize it is, severely faulted, and it's some of the most rehashed content every year. But I am a football fan, and because that is the only simulation-based football game that I can jump into, I play it. And plus, I have the EA access, the EA Play, so I'm able to play it, every year. I don't buy the game every year. That'd be insane. I can't believe I did it even on my console days. But let's say you want to, take advantage of other games, more slow burn games that just might feel a little bit better on keyboard and mouse, and you're not sure what to get them. Consider an Xbox One or a wireless Xbox One controller and a wireless adapter for Windows 10. Both are typically available. They sell really fast. As even the one I had originally picked out for us had sold. But as you can see, they all fall under that $100 range. You can either buy the controller, which typically sells for around 40 to 50 USD, and the adapter separate for about 20 USD. The one I bought too, it's the previous generation one, but I bought it separate for when this Xbox One controller is the one that originally came on my console, but that was fried in an electrical storm. So I picked up, this $20 dongle and just plug it right into my PC, pair it, and I'm good to go. If there's a game that I like playing with my controller, I'm afforded that flexibility to just switch back and forth. If it doesn't feel right on the controller, then I'll just go back to keyboard and mouse. But if the game has a little bit more complex controls to it and it's just not fun, if the game is just not fun, then I want to switch to a controller. For example, The Witcher 3. I play The Witcher 3 on my Xbox One controller. It's just, for me personally, it doesn't feel as smooth, or I'm just really clunky with the keyboard and mouse trying to play that game, and I feel a bit more comfortable with the way I play when I'm using a keyboard or when I'm using a controller. That's like one of the games here as of recently that I don't want to try on keyboard, with obviously Madden notwithstanding. Cliff says, Lab got to throw his controller out there. I knew Cliff was going to give me crap for it. But yes, I have a soft spot, and I resonate with the potential viewers out there who aren't quite ready to, do away with their controller, with their keyboard and mouse. Or I'm sorry, with their console controller. And they say, I don't know. I like Fortnite a little better on keyboard and mouse, but I'm not good at building on keyboard. I want to use a controller. I've heard various stories. It's harder on one, easier on the other, depending on the player and their play style. I don't build when I play, and I play for super casual if I'm not testing it. I do test it currently in the benchmark in my benchmark catalog, because it's still very much a well requested game, and if it's on older hardware, most people still want to see how well it run, or how well they can run the game in a particular configuration. But as I see, Sparta Rose says, leave Terrence alone. I play with only controller too. Oh, well, Sparta Rose plays only controller. I starting out, I didn't want to break away from it. Like, I was using my controller heavy. GTA 5, I played with my controller. Like Far Cry 5, I played on a controller. Far Cry 4, well, I played that on Xbox One. But I just couldn't let it go. And it's like, if it's a gift and you got it to spend, and you got like $80, and you just know the person you're buying it for will appreciate that, then I'm like, hey, go for it. Because if I was a first time PC builder and I was just making the switch, and I was intimidated by keyboard and mouse, I would think that there's no way for me to even play on a controller. Maybe I just thought it wasn't that simple or that easy to just buy a wireless dongle. And even if you already have a controller for your console and you still want to use it for your PC, you're still able to achieve that with just a wireless dongle. If you know that is that individual, which sells for $20 USD, if you don't want to buy it with the controller, you could just buy the Microsoft wireless dongle, and they can plug it in, and they'd be able to use an Xbox One controller or an Xbox Series S controller with your wireless dongle, and on your PC, just bouncing back and forth from console to their PC, whatever their preferred choice to game on at that time. You can choose to do it on a keyboard and mouse, obviously on a PC, or do it with your controller. Really depends on you as a gamer and the type of games you play. If you just joined us, tell me what, for the most part, I know what a lot of you who are here now like to play, but if you're just now joining us and this is the first time we had the opportunity, tell us in the chat. Or tell me what type of games everybody is playing right now. Tell me what type of games you're playing. And are you playing it on a keyboard and mouse, or are you playing it on a controller? If it's a multiplayer game, maybe you're playing it on a keyboard and mouse, or maybe you're like Sparta Rules and say, I've adapted. You're like Anthony, brother Anthony, who's also again a channel member, a master builder. Maybe you're like brother Anthony, and you're like, hey, I've adapted well to a controller to the point to where I see no competitive significance switching away from the controller. This is what I'm comfortable with. This is how I manage my manage my gameplay and my style, switching from first person shooters to RPG games, just a wide range of games. Here I've been more hybrid more than ever, y'all, and I've been trying. Like, again, I've been playing on here recently. I've been playing more KBM more now than ever in all of the games, especially like Resident Evil Village, which is a Resident Evil 8, because I played Resident Evil 7 on a controller. I played it on this controller. I've had this controller since the first Xbox dropped. This is the original Xbox One controller, and this bad boy has survived drops. I don't throw my peripherals, and I don't do what the kids call rage quit. Let me switch back here for a mini rant, because I don't rage quit, do all that other stuff, but I did play Resident Evil 7 on a controller, and because I've always played excuse me, sorry about that, but because I've always played the Resident Evil games on a controller. This felt much more natural than the keyboard and mouse did. But I'm trying Resident Evil Village on keyboard and mouse. It feels a little loose, not as restrictive and constrictive as the controller, but I've also adapted to the just overall comfortability that the controller offers. That's what I like. And Mrs. Mod says it's the keyboard and mouse for me. So Mrs. Mod is straight KBM. Yeah, she doesn't use a controller at all. And I think we tried it. I let her try Fort on a controller, and she was like, "Nah, give me the keyboard and mouse," which I don't blame her. I don't really like Fortnite on a controller. I'm so much more into playing Fortnite on a keyboard and mouse. But games like that, just for me anyway, I have better accuracy and better aim and better reaction and response time with the keyboard and mouse. That's just one thing to keep in mind. Cliff says, "Nah, I just like giving you a hard time. Controller is cool, and for accessibility for disabled folks as well as couch kickback." Yeah, I mean, all of those things, really, it's great. But again, when you have the flexibility, we know Cliff was picking. Cliff always DLS. We know how to get Cliff. We say Cliff loves DLSS. Cliff too has a sweet spot for gaming on a controller. Cliff's pulling our chain. Because Cliff loves DLSS. Oh man, Cliff will tell you how much he benefits from using deep learning super sampling over there on NVIDIA's side. To its benefits, there's some. I'm not going to talk about DLSS in Battlefield 2042. Save it for the hardware review video that's going to come out hopefully Monday. I doubt it for Monday because we have one more benchmark resolution to drop. So the final verdict, which I'm not sure if I want to do it waiting after the big patch. I'm definitely trying to test the game out in its form now between the updates because update 2 was dropped, but it didn't change anything drastically. Update 3 is set to really change things and to actually introduce performance enhancing updates. Like I know Cliff and Anthony Sparta Rules have both commented on some of the videos at the benchmarks that I've dropped so far and said, "Wow, is this? Please tell me like ray tracing is on or like what's going on with the FPS here at these resolution." And the game is all over the place. The game is a hot mess. Optimization wise, I did extensive research on the numbers before posting those videos and before even benchmarking, and even make sure what I was seeing was like consistent and accurate within the configurations that I was testing the game on. And yes, it is. The game is an optimized hot mess. It really is. Cliff says, "Working my way through Resident Evil 2 remake using keyboard and mouse." Okay, nice. Yeah, nice. Cliff says, "Oh Lord, help me." Cliff, you love DLSS, you know it. But has anybody seen the Welcome to Raccoon City? On a super side note, as Cliff says, I'm playing RE2, and I say that because Resident Evil is one of my favorite franchises, just coming up, and it's been around, since the '90s, since the early '90s, and I've played so many of them. And some of my favorite, just to name a few, is Resident Evil Nemesis 3, Code Veronica, and 4 were all great, and I really love the change of what they did with RE7, but yeah, Welcome to Raccoon City it just has not been great, and I have not heard great things about it. But speaking of great things, as a few people trickle on in, do me a favor, if you can't stay for the full duration, hit the like button for me. If you're not subscribed to Inside the Lab, hopefully this live show, I am entertaining and educational enough to have earned your subscription, and of course those of you who are already subscribed to continue to retain your subscription as a subscriber here to Inside the Lab. But consider picking up a wireless controller and a wireless adapter for the PC for that individual who may want the flexibility in their games and who may want to, take advantage of the couch kickback, as Cliff so elegantly termed it. Maybe they want to take advantage of the couch kickback, or maybe they want to take advantage of a game that to them just plays better or feels better on a controller versus KBM. Or you could be like Brother Anthony and say, "No, I've adopted entirely to the controller, so this is my preference. This is what I prefer over the KBM, over keyboard and mouse. This is what I want to indulge in." And again, this too, you could either pick up the controller for around 50 to 60 USD and the adapter for around 20 USD. If they already have a compatible controller and just need the adapter and you don't want to buy both, just know you could pick up the adapter as its own individual accessory as around $19.99. It's like not even $20. Well, I guess it's $20 once you factor in tax, but still super affordable, and you won't have to pony up the extra 60. You can maybe get them a wireless adapter, that extended mouse pad, desktop speakers, what have you. Again, you're in a multi-GIF, configuration when you're looking at wanting to get the controller and the wire, or maybe not the controller and a wireless adapter, but if they already have the controller, just a wireless adapter at $20, there's other gifts you can also drop on that. So let's run here really fast here as we round out our gift guide list. Let's go over some of the gifts that we went over. Again, these are this video. I keep saying that this video serves as a gift guide. A gift guide. It's okay if you find products of similar value or price that you would want to go with as an alternative. For example, you don't want peripherals with RGB. You do want peripherals with RGB. Maybe you don't want that particular item, but you want something similar to it, and you got that idea. This live stream or today's episode was geared directly towards that, and that was a definitive guide for you to shop and pick out a gift for PC gamers if you had a budget that was under 100 USD. If we floated over that, then we could open ourselves up to things like the Elgato Stream Deck cam that we was talking about, or a high-end gaming chair, or even quite possibly a component upgrade, depending on what that is, like a case or something to that extent, like if it was a gift card, or upgrading their audio solution, buying tools for their setup, what have you. This live stream served as a guide for those type of gift ideas. The first one was upgrading their headphone solution, going with the SteelSeries Arctic 5 more specifically. If you were interested in a headset that was under the $80 price range, or of course there are other alternatives you could go with in the $60 to $80 price range, but the first gift idea was picking up some headphones, leveling up their audio quality, getting a headphone stand if you wanted to accessorize their setup with a little bit of RGB bling, get a little bit of RGB. RGB gets the horn, especially because we all know how much WASD moves. That's Brother Cliff, if y'all didn't know. We all know how much Brother Cliff loves RGB, but you get him a headphone stand if you wanted to, pair up that gift with something else, say headphones and a headphone stand, or just a headphone stand. If they had headphones already. Now, the headphone stand was under 50 USD, so that is another item or another gift that you can get you can pair with another one of these items. You can pick up the Creative Pebble Plus, which is a high-powered desktop solution for speakers. It's amazing sound quality. Again, don't sleep on the Creative Pebble Plus, and especially for a speaker set that comes in at just 50 USD, super affordable, super useful. A lot of kick in your audio. Should you know that you have a friend or fam that wants that kick, they want that in their games, that extra impact, especially with this setup coming with a subwoofer. Then if audio wasn't their cup of tea, you can pick up a gaming mouse similar to the Logitech G502 Hero. This mouse in particular was 40 USD. I use it. I stand by Logitech products. Logitech, where you at? Holla at me. Send me some stuff. I'm going to share the P.O. box here soon, though. Should you lovely gentlemen lovely guys and gals want to bless your boy Lab with a gift. I just haven't really, it's been used for other purposes, and I just haven't, matched it up with the channel. So maybe I'll open that up here soon if you guys want to send me different items and different gifts or whatever, should you feel the need to want to surprise me. But I use Logitech products. I stand by this. Logitech, if you're watching, send me something. Send me something so I can give it a revisit, aka a review, an extensive review. But the Logitech G502 Hero, great gaming mouse. You can adjust your DPI among other things. Doesn't have a lot of flashy RGB, and it's just an overall solid product. It doesn't have to necessarily be a gaming mouse like the G502 Hero. Again, it could be one of similar price and value. Then you could also pick up a mechanical keyboard, again, of similar price or value. Doesn't have to be the Mechanical Pro. It doesn't have to be the Logitech G Mechanical Pro. It could be a mechanical keyboard similar to it. But just know, if you were flirting with the concept of wanting to upgrade and buy a keyboard as a gift, just know that this is one of your options you can go with, or one of similar product or price value. Why a similar price or value? I keep repeating that, but it's so true. I don't want you to say like, get this particular keyboard. I'm telling you, I stand by Logitech products, and if you want a premium product, and especially one like the G Pro, the smaller footprint, then this is the way to go. If you didn't want to get a mouse or keyboard, then you can go with the extended mouse pad. We talked extensively about how Once hard mouse pads is where it's at. If you want your mouse to just seamlessly glide back and forth on the mouse pad, that is the way to go. Excuse me. Sorry about that. But this is the way to go, especially with a hard mouse pad. And this particular one coming in at just $21.99, fam, that is low. Think about the other gifts you can get if you wanted to get more than one gift. Mouse pad, maybe even headphones or an extended mouse pad and a new keyboard, or an extended mouse pad and a new mouse, or an extended mouse pad and extended storage. This is a gift that's a little on the lower end side. Yes, the theme was gifts that are under 100 USD, but a lot of these gifts, a lot of these gifts were under like 40 USD and 30 USD. So you have a lot of flexibility in the amount of gifts you would want to get should you had or have upward of $100 to spend. You can get a $50 Steam gift card and a wireless adapter, and it's like, hey, say not only can you buy some of the games you want, you can also play them with the controller should you see fit. So a lot of flexibility, but we also pointed out that an extended mouse pad, still very much a solid gift idea. Talked about how you could pick up some inside the lab merch, some labware merch gets the horn. But again, you can support the channel. I know a lot of you have bought merch already and have already shared that with us, but we also have all kinds of items over there that could help, help your loved one or friend or fan represent their passion as a PC gamer or as an enthusiast or just as a gamer in general. A lot of different options over there. Hoodies under 40 USD, long sleeves under 30 USD. A lot of different options over there. You can pick from winter or, fall or summer, wherever the climate is in your area. We have articles of clothing and apparel over there for you should you want to pick up some clothing for a gift and not necessarily like a keyboard or a mouse or something like that. You could also pick up an external storage, help them expand their storage with an external drive, 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, 3 terabyte, 4 terabyte. The more the merrier, but just know that all the way up to 4 terabytes, you could pick up a external hard drive for under 100 USD. The 4 terabyte Western Digital external hard drive that I highlighted for today's show was at $84.99. You could pick up a 1 terabyte external hard drive for even less than that should you want to help them expand on their space. Games for service and like games like Call of Duty Warzone and even Battlefield 2042, these games take up a lot of space. So you'd be surprised on how significant a gift of this stature or a gift of this nature, how well that, how far that will go and how meaningful that would be for a user, whether that be console or PC, for someone who especially has a lot of games or a lot of games they like to play. Then we talked about gift cards, which is pretty straightforward. If you want to, if you're unsure what to get an individual or what to get a person, they play games on Steam or, they shop on Amazon. You typically can't go wrong with an Amazon gift card, whether that be 50 to 100 USD. If it's 100 USD Amazon gift card, then that person has the flexibility and the affordability, because it's not going to cost them anything, to either put that $100 towards buying a CPU. Maybe they want to upgrade from a 1600X to a 5600X, or maybe their motherboard. Maybe it's something they could put towards a larger, more significant upgrade. That would still be super meaningful to them. They would remember and love you forever. A little bit of movie Easter egg there. But if they could take that $100 and put it towards something even more significant, then that's going to go a long way. Or they can take advantage of some of the upcoming winters, some of the games that are going to be discounted at the upcoming Steam winter sale, for example. They can use some of it and pocket the rest for a rainy day. Amazon, Steam, or the like, you can't go wrong with the gift card, especially when it is a platform or an online hub that most gamers like to spend their coins. Steam, Micro Center, Amazon indefinitely, because again, if you can't get it on Amazon, then it's probably not even legal. Cliff says, Spiral says, I might pick up those speakers with that employee discount. Nice, go for it. That's even more savings you got going on there, brother Anthony. And Cliff says, since you like controllers so much, I'm going to send you a Steam controller lab. No, I'm going to send that one back. I don't like it that much. That thing is a hot mess. Nope. I'm going to send it right back like RTS. Cliff says, send me a 12900K as a gift. I'll dance at your wedding. Well, with me and Mrs. Ma, we're already married, but Maybe we'll send you a 12900K so we can get you to send us a video of you playing that, mariachi to some polka hits. Now we want that, Cliff. Now we'll send you a 12900K so we can get that video of that. But you can't go wrong with a gift card. If you're unsure what to get, then if you want to help them enhance or really, take their experience to the next level, and you want to upgrade, say, something that they already use, that their microphone isn't great, or they're using onboard, like an onboard microphone on their laptop or their controller or something like that, then consider the Blue Yeti. It's $100. It's a gift that really doesn't give you much more flex room or flexibility in terms of getting multiple gifts, but it's a huge gift and a significant one nonetheless, that the user most likely understands and knows what they're getting. And if they don't, once they set up the microphone and they really make some adjustments and some tweaking, and they get feedback on how well or how good their audio is, then they will understand the significance of this gift and how much it was, really benefited them as a user, whether that be as a gamer or somebody who does a lot of Zoom calls. And the quality of your audio is important and significant to the other people or persons on the other side of that video conference or video call. Then having quality audio will be, is really thoughtful for that person, making sure that they have good audio. If you're a gamer and you want to just talk to your squad mates, again, having good quality audio, just as significant and important. And then if you're a content creator, upcoming content creator, you're starting your content creator journey out and you need a good quality start, that person is looking for somewhere to start, or maybe they want to do voice audio, then the Blue Yeti is a solid microphone at that price point, at that $100 price point. And then the gift of all gifts, in my opinion, was the cordless blower. I really am a big fan of this, of using a blower to just get the dust out, keep your components, keep your system and your consoles dust free. Don't let the dust accumulate and build up. You really want to, get that dust out of there. And using a cordless blower, especially one is flexible and has good portability, like this one that we pointed out, the Windcool, then you're just afforded. You have that, again, flexibility and affordability with the Windcool coming in at $60 USD. And it doesn't necessarily have to be this one. There are other options on the market, one that have attachments, but if it's for a general user and just to keep things like their keyboard and their internals, their console dust free, and just their area and everything looking nice and mint, then the Windcool is a solid option for them. Cliff says, I ain't getting out of that one. No, you're not. No. Cliff says, wow, with the yup. No, you're not. But consider picking up the blower. It's a helpful tool. Can help beyond just keeping your console and your PC dust free, like we walked through some of the other examples. Maybe it also can be used for your car and other areas in your home. And then last but not least was, yes, the dreaded controller that everybody gives me HE double for. I can't let it go. A lot like Sparta Rule. Sparta Rule says, nope, I play on my controller. Me too. Some games, again, we just got done, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this particular gift or idea. But to some, it can be meaningful once they understand that, well, hey, on my computer, I could just plug in this dongle and I can use my controller whenever I want. It doesn't have to be the de facto method of input that I have to use. I can switch back and forth. That, again, is just the flexibility and affordability of that device or of that component, peripheral, gift idea. Woof. All right, y'all. Well, there you have it. That was 12 gift ideas that are under 100 USD that could be beneficial for PC gamers or gamers in general. And these are, again, not only gift ideas for PC gamers, but they can also be for console gamers or an individual who doesn't play games at all. Gift ideas like the external hard drive or the blower, for example. Those could be gift ideas that could be just beneficial and helpful to a user who uses their computer. Maybe they work from home, right? Or maybe they're a student on study, and those can actually help them. Maybe they want to store their music or store their video files. maybe they want to have games downloaded and installed, but don't want to keep it on their main drive. So those are all gifts that could really help them and would be beneficial, because they're not GPU upgrades, or they're not, fancy monitor upgrades that we would have to up the budget a little bit past 100 USD. But when it's the thought that counts, then what matters most is how well that gift is perceived. All right, y'all, but there you go. I think the ride is slowly coming to an end. We're going to give our closing shout outs here really fast. If you just now joined in, I welcome you to hit the like button for me. You're like, oh, well, they're wrapping up. Yes, we are. Just to give a few closing shout outs. I see a few people dipped out, but it's the nature of the show. We do it every time. But a round of applause to, first and foremost, WASD News, Mrs. Moderator, for keeping the chat lively and helping out with the audio issue we were experiencing early on. Sparta Rules 1993. Let me go up. Live streaming tech, especially shout out to live streaming tech. Also, just a horn shout out to brother Walt for popping up and blessing the stream with his presence. And let me see. I think that was, of course, Tricion as well. Tricion, I can forget brother Tricion as well. I believe No Cap too. No Cap. Nathan had popped in. It was good to see you, Nate. And let me see. Let me scroll up here and see if there's anybody else that we miss. And if you're still here, let me know as we give our closing shout outs. Let me know if you're still here. Do be sure to stick around for the credits, as we did a little something different there. It's subtle. And Cliff hit us with the super sticker.
Thanks for the support, fam.
Hey, super sticker from the super fans. All right, man. I figured we was gonna, let's get the super sticker wrap one more time.
Thanks for the support, fam. Super sticker from the super fans.
Oh, you gotta love it, man. Gotta love it, Cliff. Appreciate your generosity always, brother. Always. Every dollar amount adds up and helps in a big way, and I appreciate your contributions to the show and to this channel, WASD Moves. WASD Moves. One more time, gets the air horn. Let's give WASD Moves a round of applause for, again, their super sticker. Generous, and is highly appreciative of that. Definitely appreciate the super sticker. One more time for those of you just joined in and you're like, what are they talking about? Cliff just donated a super sticker, so let's give Cliff the super sticker wrap.
Thanks for the support, fam. Super sticker from the super fans.
Right though. Right though, we got the super sticker wrap and of course the super chat wrap. I'll put the super chat wrap on it just because. Let's do it, like the super chat wrap.
Thanks for the super chat. Now you got a super wrap.
Hey, thanks for the super chat. Now you got a super wrap. Be sure to stick around for the closing credits. And if you just now joined us, watch the replay, but hit the like button for me. Don't just dip in and dip out because it's over. Hit the like button for me. If you're on the replay and you made it this far, as always, let me know if you have any questions or comments about anything discussed throughout the duration of the live show. We're going to kick it out. Maintaining the theme and the feel of the live show and keeping it holiday or within the holiday spirits. As Cliff says, y'all have a good one, Mrs. Mind. Enjoy your holiday. Have a good afternoon, lab guys. All y'all. Yes, same to y'all. And you know, we are right back next Saturday, y'all. We are right back next Saturday, kicking it in with more holiday or more shopping buyer's guide, helping you decide on what's right for those special people in your life. Hopefully some of the gifts that we went over during today's live stream will be beneficial to a friend or fam or someone who is near and dear and close to you, and someone who you really want to give a meaningful and thoughtful gift, and you know how much they love and enjoy their tech or their hardware. Rather that be, share this. Fellas, listen, y'all, fellas or ladies, fellas, I'm talking to you. Fellas, really fast, share this with your spouse. Say, hey, you up for a 2 and some hour plus show on how great there's some gift ideas you can, if you're unsure what to give me, here's 12. Watch this video here. Here you go. Here's Lab. Tell them to hit the like button for me. I hate to hit them with the content, the YouTuber cliche, but hit the like button for me. But share this video, fellas. Share this video with the ladies. Ladies, share this video with your fellas. And if you want to kind of throw subtle hints at the kind of gifts that you're looking for, and say, hey, I don't want to ask for some of these things. I want you to surprise me, because when it's the thought that counts, then what matters is how well the gift is perceived. So if you don't want to like just outright ask for some of these gifts that you know would be beneficial to you, then say, hey, I like some of these, and hey, between these 12, you got 12 to choose from, some of them more than one. some of them more than one. But between these 12, you have so much to choose from. And, you know, if you're looking for a thoughtful and meaningful gift that could enhance an individual setup, fam, I'm telling you, one of these 12 is in there for you. Let me just go back here as we round out the show with our title screen here and the purpose of today's live show, and that was a gift guide for PC gamers under 100 USD. And Cliff says, do that, and yo, Derriere is going to Old Navy. Man, and you know, I'm a horrible clothes shopper. Like, I would just go with one of the gift ideas we did for the show, and I would just go with the gift card for Old Navy because I wouldn't know what to get. I am so lost when it comes to clothing shopping, y'all. Like, fam, listen, that's a whole nother live show. No, or maybe Inside the Lab dark conversation. But shout out to y'all, and if you haven't yet signed up to become a channel member, I welcome you. You know, sign up to become a channel member. 3 tiers for multiple different people. All the links are 3 tiers for multiple different budgets and people, I should say. But yeah, give it a look-sees. But all right, fam, we're gonna get ready to get up out of here. We're gonna let the music play. Again, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for hanging out with us during this YouTube live stream. I do hope to catch you all in the next one. But until then, be easy.